Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sons of Kojima birthday bash. You know, these things come once a year, and this is the third one. Third time's a charm, the hat trick, triple dipping, if you will. My name is Fred, and I am being joined by some birthday bastards, some celebratory son of a bitches, some matrimonious motherfuckers, some celebratory son of a bitches. First of all, Mr. Rad.
Everyone knows the third one's always the worst.
We've got Mr. Fizz.
I haven't started drinking yet.
We've got the third one, Freddy Fazfuck.
Two to the one, to the one, to the tree. Hey, how you doing? SoK turned 3.
Whoa!
Damn!
Shit.
God damn, what the rest?
Oh my goodness, that is... we got
We can't follow that up.
We got the Sassy Scott Cyber Ice Blood.
Yo, what's up?
We got the Thunder from down under with the slander, Shattered Fraulein.
I said yes to
We
the third birthday celebration of the Sons of Kojima.
That's very nice. We've got the evilest of tables, and no other monikers shall be applied to him, I promise. Mr. Evil Table.
Alright guys, you gotta send me some birthday money, okay? Get some bits.
Oof. We've got the proposing, prideful zombie.
Did you know that my boyfriend did Patreon for my engagement ring?
I don't
Come on!
What is with this wedding motif? What is going on here? I don't even know what to say. And we'll be joined by a few other people a little bit later. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on short notice. We appreciate it. We've been, we've been teasing this for a little while this week. This is the hashtag best week ever, and boy, it's kept rolling on. So it's not really, man. This is feels weird to be back in this format for this sort of. Well, it's not a one night only event, but it's a throwback to the classic format. So there's not really any announcements, right? We don't really have anything to say. There's going to be a Let's Endure at some point, probably not tonight though, because we don't want to spoil you.
With all the delicious content.
There's a Let's Enjoy coming very soon of the slow beef, dark side beef deal.
That was fucking hysterical.
Yeah, so there's some things on the horizon, but we're here today for a number of reasons. As I said before, we were going to do this anyway for the third anniversary of the Sons of Kojima. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it has been 3 years since the Sons of Kojima formed. I mean, it'd be a long story to say how and why. Maybe a bit, I don't know. Maybe there's some Salt Lake City people about that still to this day. But the group formed. It was a happy and momentous occasion, and we are the sum of our parts that we present to you tonight. Boy, a lot of stuff along the way, but we'll get into that a little bit later. We're gonna start off with, just a story that we did not expect. A story that a lot of people in the Googah Dah really wanted to know about. People in the chat, if you see the Googah Dah at the top of the chat, you can click that and submit to us some stuff. Be nice. Put it after other people. Don't put it in front of other people, because then just, it's like cutting ahead of people in line. It's terrible. How dare you? But, alright. Top story of this show. Well, there's wedding bells in the air. Rad, what do you think, man? I'm gonna head to you first. This is great. Tell us what happened here. What is going on?
Well, it seems that earlier this afternoon, Mr. Philip Burnell proposed to his longtime, full-time girlfriend, Panda Lee.
Wow, long time and full time. So
Yes.
she has. So what could we say about this? Has she taken another shift? Is she working overtime now? What is going on?
It's, if I may say, it really seems like This was Phil trying to lock down Miss Panda Lee.
Well, let's get a little more perspective on this. I'm gonna head over to the gram, if you will. There's two images that I think we should look at for some perspective, and it's funny because the order of images makes a bit of difference. And luckily, for our purposes here, we've actually got two real life, genuine females here that can help us sort of crack the code when it comes to these stones. And that would of course be Shad and Rad are with us as the genuine females, and so we'll be able to.
Well, cat's out of the bag, I guess.
Oh my god!
Whoa.
All right. Well,
Jesus.
what the fuck?
Okay.
More
Well,
news
keep coming
now.
out.
When Rod had the more of a
This
girl's
this
crush
just
than I do.
in. Send your thirsty tweets to @therad.
That's right.
Shit.
He is quite rad.
Yes, right.
All right, so I'm trying to get this this Philap Instagram-ness, this goodness. There we go. All right, so let's do some on-screen for the fine folks at home. For those here with me, I'll link you guys as well. Boop, boop, boop,
Time for
boop,
some rings.
Okay, Sombra.
boop. There we go. Fantastic. So, what we have here, I'm going to link this over to the fine folks in the Skype group so that we can observe this together.
Good.
Phil takes a lot of us by surprise and grams out, "I may not be able to propose at WrestleMania like John Cena, but she still said yes." Bunch of happy comments. "Oh, shoes, Phil. Congrats, Phil. Congrats.
Oh, shoes,
Congratulations.
Phil.
7 likes.
Wow, congrats, Phil. Wishing you
Did he-
guys nothing but the best." And so on.
I'm
But-
guessing a bunch of deleted comments as well.
But let's have a look at that ring. That's looks like a giant diamond, doesn't it? That's a fancy fucking ring, my friends. That's
Definitely not 3 months revenue right there. That's let other people pay for the ring right there.
uh-oh.
It's a cumulative.
Well,
3 months
the
for
thing
us
is too is not with the ring, but just the carpet behind the picture makes it look like he proposed at his house.
Oh, that's the casa for sure. That's like a blanket on her lap.
That's a towel.
That's
Yeah.
a towel or a
That-
blanket of some sort.
Yeah.
That's for sure at the casa.
She threw up a
Absolutely.
few times
Casa de Bernal.
after he asked her.
What were they doing before he proposed?
I think
Sleeping,
she's throwing
probably.
up a lot.
I'm sorry.
That morning sickness, it's
I've
gonna
got-
get you.
Sorry, honey. I've got
I mean, wait, sorry, what?
I've got afternoon sickness.
Is the cat out of the bag? That's my favorite theory right there.
So we get this image from Philip, and like I said, just looks like a giant diamond ring. It looks very, very large and expensive. So we wait a little later, and we get an image from Leanna, and Leanna gives us a different angle and a different
Different lighting.
so different lighting here. I'll link the fine gentlemen and ladies here, and I think we get a little more perspective on the nature of the ring. The ring looks a little colorful, wouldn't you say, ladies?
Very
If glass
different.
is a color.
Jeez.
I don't want to
Damn.
be catty about it, but anything I'm going to say is going to come off
Do it.
sounding a little elitist, and I don't really want to. That's not a fucking diamond. That's
No.
Just let's get that out of the way.
Cubic
That's not
zirconia,
right.
maybe.
No.
No, not at all. I
Not
wouldn't
me.
even call that a cubic zirconia. I have a bunch of cubic
Yeah.
zirconia earrings, and they look nothing like that.
Cubic zirconia is, you can tell when something's cubic zirconia because it will refract light with, it's like a prism. You'll get rainbow refractions of it. Diamonds will refract almost white. That looks like glass
That-
because I can
It's
her
see-through. You can almost see her finger through the diamond or the diamond. So that is probably the least real diamond. That's even lower than a cubic zirconia.
But here's the thing. I mean, I've got friends who, and I'm sorry for saying I've got friends like this, but, who propose to each other with, like, some $15 unk ring because they're weird goth people. Whatever suits you. But just if we are dissecting what we're seeing here, it looks like the type of ring that's made to fool someone into thinking, wow, look at that rock.
I'd say maybe the smaller ones around the center stone are maybe cubic zirconias, but I don't know.
Jeez.
I wouldn't even go that far.
Okay, so some good analysis here on the ring itself. I mean, of course, people tune into the SoKast here to get their their jewelry analysis. But Fizz actually hit on something, and I want to circle back to that because I think there's some bigger implications here. We are in the midst of emergency meltdown time. Emergency, I really need your money time. And so for Phil to say that, he's going to take his money for birthday money from the parents and put it right back into the bills. I need your money so I can survive the month of April. Yeah. I need your money so that I can pay my bills and so that my checking account doesn't bounce and yada, yada, yada. Seems like a very interesting time to go out and purchase any sort of ring. I mean, they say an engagement ring should be what? Isn't the old adage that it should be like 1/3 of your annual income or something crazy? They said
it's like 3 months or something.
3 months.
3 months salary.
There
Yeah.
You go. So a quarter. Yeah. So it should be something crazy like that, and I don't think he did that, but I'm just saying. Seems like a very interesting and trying time for Phil to be engaging, no pun intended, into quite the arrangement here. I don't know, some thoughts on that. The timing here, Fizz. Why don't you start us off?
In this whole thing, there's been no notice of it. There's been nothing. It's been one of those things where I'm sure if Phil had planned it out, I would assume that he would have made some sort of vlog about it, put it up on his channel or something like that. Because we put it, you see all the shit that goes on his channel, and all it's like, I don't want to keep anything from you. I'm the realest motherfucker on YouTube. But it's just so under the radar, so out of the blue nowhere, that it kind of brings up some theories as to why Phil proposed just suddenly. And the current theory, at least what I'm thinking, we won't know for some time, is I'm thinking Phil proposed because Leanna is pregnant.
Dun, dun, dun.
Whoa!
Oh, crap.
What is this? This is irresponsible speculation to its finest. Let's continue with that.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, let's go ahead with the irresponsible, baseless speculation. I'm very excited to do that. So, pregnancy, huh? Well, I can remember a time when Phil sort of said that something terrible happened, and he didn't go into any detail, and I don't think we ever heard anything about that ever since. Now, maybe in his financial situation, he would consider that something terrible. For humanity's sake, I would probably consider that something terrible for the future of society.
That child's sake.
Oh,
Not great.
And yes, and for the sake of the child. But, interesting. It's interesting that we hear a while back that something terrible happened, some unexpected thing, and now all of a sudden we have a wedding proposal. Is it possible? I don't know.
We naturally assumed last month that terrible thing, the worst thing that happened, was that he and Machinima had parted ways. But now with this recent revelation, I don't know.
And I would think Leanna's kind of the same way as Phil, because, I mean, if this kid was planned, we would definitely be hearing about it. You know, we would be like, "Oh, I'm pregnant finally." You know, we've been, I don't know, trying because Phil's fucking 150. But she's like, everything about this is so kept under the radar that you're kind of like, "Oh, do I put 2 and 2 together? Is this, you know, is it like, oh, I have to propose to Leanna because she doesn't want a bastard?" You know,
Jesus.
Well, that's basically what it is. But
okay,
yeah.
So the notion that that the proposal was a surprise wasn't talked about is fine, right? You do tend to want to be somewhat secretive about that and have it be a surprise. So that I would just chalk that up to just being normal. But yeah, the idea that they're maybe going to welcome a little bundle of joy into this world, that's a scary thought. That's a very scary thought. I think that, I mean, you look at Phil's financial situation, the way that he claims it, because at this point, buying rings and getting into this stuff, it does sort of throw his credibility into question. But for what he claims, for just himself and for Leanna, who has a job, he is having trouble making that work. To bring a child into this with his full-time gaming schedule, Phil's gonna have to be a stay-at-home dad, huh? Leanna's gonna be out working. Phil is gonna be in charge of childcare. He is going to be the one.
Nope.
She's gonna leave him at the house for hours at a time with this kid while he's trying to play video games.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Dear
that's
God.
not gonna fly.
Shut the fuck up, kid.
Guys, I had to cut the stream early. The stupid brat was crying again.
Well, he's going to have his headphones on, so he's not even going to hear the child. How is this going to happen? How is this going to work?
It's not going to work. Something's going to have to give with that. Because the amount...
Go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say, the amount of time that you have to put into taking care of a child is a lot more than you'd expect. And with how Phil is with his fucking video game time, something's going to have to give there. You're not going to be able to play as many video games for as long if you have a child, let alone if at all, because of how much work it is.
The thing is, Phil is ill-equipped, to say the least. Ill-equipped to be able to do this. And again, this is all, I don't want anybody reading this to think like we know something that people don't, or that this is all baseless, irresponsible speculation.
Oh, yeah.
For the purpose of fun. But, you know, I mean, just really think about that. Really think about that. Leanna cannot quit her job. The situation that they're in now, just between the two of them, necessitates her to work, right? So bringing a kid into having even more financial obligation to a child is not going to work for her to quit her job, and so she's going to continue to work. Phil is going to be at home, of course, because he's not going to work. He's going to try to make this streaming thing happen, this streaming YouTube internet presence thing work, and so he's going to be at home with the child, unless somehow he has the balls to say that you need to take her to daycare. You know, the child. That would be something. Like,
oh my God.
You know, listen, I'm going to be home, right? But I can't take care of it because I'm working. I'm in my home office.
I'm playing video games.
So.
Gonna have in-house daycare.
Like, me when I was a kid, I actually learned how to play Star Wars Battlefront while holding my baby brother in my arms. But could you imagine Phil trying to do that while raging at video games?
Yes, and I can
He'll
imagine
drop the
that
damn
maybe
kid
being
off his lap.
thrown against the wall. Like,
Oh no!
we all remember a few of his good controller slams.
Slams. Oh, don't. Oh.
I have a little bit more.
I had to get dark once. Come on.
Oh
Everybody
my
has
God!
to do it once.
I have a little bit of irresponsibility that I do want to share.
Excellent.
It seems that Phil's man zone is going to become equipped with a baby monitor.
Oh.
No.
That is the only change that I see happening.
Not the man zone.
Dude, he won't hear the baby crying. The stream chat's going to have to tell him because it's going to pick up the baby's crying.
It's either going to be a baby monitor or he's going to spend a day taking frequent breaks, like he did it on his Saucy Sunday. He's going to take frequent breaks to take care of a little child. And he's going to, pardon the pun, he is going to milk that.
Oh.
Boo. No.
Boo, this man. Boo.
No, I like puns.
This is getting out of control. But it's unbelievable what's happening on this show. Listen, I just feel like there is some serious implication here to, having the wee babby. If it's possible, if it's a thing, we don't know. But
yeah, we could definitely be wrong. It's just speculation. But I mean, if they're happy and it feels like, oh, I finally want to marry you, and they're happy, more power to them. I wish them the best. It just kind of doesn't fit his style from what we've seen.
Yeah.
Something's.
Well, on top of that, I just thought of something. Leanna, I mean, if she is pregnant and she does have the baby, she's going to have maternity leave for a while. So that means they're going to be without Leanna's paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
So she's probably only going to work for about a few months, and then she'll be wanting to have time off because she'll just be like, oh, I can't work. I hurt too much. I'm too big. I'm too tired. I'm too all this. And then she'll want to take time off, and that's going to hurt even more.
I'm a nurse, and I worked until I was 38 weeks.
Yeah, but this is Leanna.
Yeah, okay, good point.
Let's actually head up the viewer submitted topics and maybe incorporate some of these. First things first, obviously we're addressing this now. What do you guys think if Phil had a child, assuming that he will marry Leanna by Delta Force 355? So thank you for that. Here's a good one. Where do you think he got the ring from, and how much do you think it cost him? Submitted by Azotherian. I mean, if we had to guess, I'd say like Pandora or something like that. She seems to be a Pandora fan. And it just seems to be just kind of like a cheaper ring.
I don't think it's Pandora. The setting sitting inside its bezel isn't positioned correctly. Like, you can see the gap between the ring setting and the actual, I'll call it a stone. You can see her finger through it, and the claws that hold it in, they're not sort of shaped particularly well, and it just looks like sloppy craftsmanship for Pandora.
Jeez.
Well, okay, sorry, that's the wrong way to put it. Pandora's very
high quality.
Their style's very distinct in the way that everything fits together like IKEA furniture. This one's a little more free flowing is the nicest way I can say it.
The thing is about Pandora is I see their commercials all the time. They're known for like customizable bracelets and necklaces, not really rings.
No, they do sell nice rings, but
That's where
Leanna got her fake band, Pandora.
That is true.
I would say Walmart. I bet it's a Walmart ring.
Walmart.
A couple people in the chat, I saw the idea that it was from Nordstrom for $235. A couple people were kind of leaning towards that.
Okay. Let's see.
And that would actually be, in a way, if that's what's happened, slightly more responsible of Philippe to get a ring that's within his price range. I mean, the fact spending that much money on anything, if he's saying he can't pay his bills, is a little on the nose, but yeah.
All right. We've got a question from Zat Lovey. Do you guys think that Phil proposed to Leanna because he needs something hyped up to happen so he can cash in on it? Wow.
I think there's a...
Oh, yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll say yes.
I think so to a certain degree. I mean, obviously this is a pretty big thing, and that's going to draw in some sort of attention. At least for a little bit. It's not gonna really hold up for too long.
I think he wrote the ring off in his taxes. That's why he did it.
That I can see.
Part of
He
his
makes a
business
vlog about it.
expense.
It's work.
Yeah, should we talk about that? How he wrote everything off as a tax write-off?
Yeah.
Like electricity, water, I think it was heating, internet. He put that as a tax write-off, which you can't really do.
It's
Well-
fucking insane.
Well, yes, you can, but you have to be smart enough because you could only write it off for the room. You can't write it off for the whole house. And I don't think
True.
Phil's that smart enough to be like, oh, here's my water bill. Here's the total. Okay, that's a tax write-off. I think, I do think that, he tried to write him off, but he's not realizing he could only do it for his room. So if he gets audited,
He's screwed.
He's fucked. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I gotta say, that's pretty ballsy, right? To fucking write off your utilities as business expenses. I mean, shit.
yeah.
Whatever
his
he
mortgage,
eats,
he
whatever-
tried to fucking write off everything.
I guess whatever he
Yeah.
eats is a business expense. Netflix is a business expense. Fucking, lotion and tissues is a fucking business expense. He has to do the pre-stream somehow. You know what I mean? So, that's, I don't know. Any other thoughts on that? Like the nature of it before we move on to some more viewer submitted related to the theme at hand right now. Good. We've got. Ooh, here we go. Does Leanna's family know about Phil's financial troubles? Submitted by Swarm Killer.
No, not at all.
When they do that cat fix, it's going to be the reaction.
That would assume that her family watches his content. No. I wouldn't even think so.
You don't think that they're curious about this guy? She has to have said that he's a streamer, and I'm sure that they know that she's Panda Lee. So just Googling Panda Lee, you're gonna find them very quickly. You don't think that somebody in their family got curious?
I lean towards what Fred's saying. I think you would. Just curiosity would be killing your weirdly smiling cat, as Fred's
It kills the
picture is, I
cat.
think.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I mean,
You can have a quick squeeze, and the first thing that would come up is him whacking off on stream, and you go, "Oh, that's my daughter." She's
that's
usually
where
that's
she
the
lives.
guy that moved my daughter across the country. Now he's masturbating on
guy.
stream.
Yeah, essentially, like, just grabbed her and not kidnapped, but goddamn, fucking transported her across the country away from the influence of those meddling family members. And he dodged a big bullet to leave to not hit up that wedding with the brother. I mean, that would have been tough question time, right? So, what do you do? Oh, that's nice. There's a vlog of you saying you really need money. What's up with this? I mean, okay, I want you to think about this. Really, really think about this, okay? Your child is dating someone, and they're basically in this position to where they moved across the country, so they're almost dependent on this person. And this person, traditionally you want to try to present yourself well. He's got a stable job, right? I mean, you normally want to present it well. And this guy is telling the world daily, not just once. It's not just like, oh, I just had a hard month this one time. Every day says that he does not have enough money to just make shit work. You think that they're going to be psyched about that, and they're going to be happy that this man, who is essentially a panhandler, he opens up his little change jar to the internet to drop some change into. You can tell him to say stuff for 10 cents. Okay? I've done it. I've left a bit cheer of 10 cents and had him say stuff on stream. Alright? He is a beggar. He is a panhandler. He is a transient. He is a vagabond. He is a goddamned hobo on the internet. Somehow we've created this culture to where it's okay to just push off your problems on other people. Fucking, I had something happen. Just donate me a bunch of money. I'm not man enough.
And not be embarrassed
Hold
about
on,
it.
Chad. I'm not man enough to handle my own little responsibilities. Life brings problems on me, but I'm not man enough to fucking pay for it myself. Please just give me a bunch of money so that I can make this problem go away. You know what I mean? That's not being a man. If you're a man and something comes up and it's like, you pay for it yourself. You figure out a way to do it. Phil, not a man. Some financial thing springs into his lap, and what does he think to do? To push it off onto his audience? To push it off onto people that wish him well? A man says, I will take care of this myself. I'll find a way. I'll get a job. I'll sell some things that I own. I'll do some work on the side. I'll figure out how. And this man of terrible moral fiber, of terrible work ethic, pushes his financial hardships onto other people? I mean, have you seen shit like this before, Fizz? Shameful, disgusting. You should be embarrassed of yourself to do that.
I should. But I don't know. It's something like, is he going to do a vlog? What is he going to do to be like, oh, I'm engaged? Because it was on his off day. So, of course, if he was streaming today, of course, he would be like the entire pre-stream. So we're tempted to see if he even says anything about it.
I would be goddamned. I think most guys, they can say, like, I look up to somebody, my father or somebody else. Man, just imagine you saw somebody that you look up to begging for money because they're not willing to make it work. You can make it work. If there's a will, there's a way. I'm not here to be like, oh, America, best country ever, and it's the land of opportunity. I'm just saying, okay? If there's a will, there's a way. You can make it happen. We don't live in a third world country, right? Phil can do stuff. He has a bunch of statues that he can fucking sell, and he has a platform in which to do it. And he's over here fucking begging people for money. Strangers. Coming up with different nifty ways to trick fucking teenage kids into donating them 50 cents at a time and shit like that. What is this? What world do we live in? This internet culture of like, I'll just put out a fucking thing and people will just donate to me money whenever I feel like it. It's glorified being a beggar, and Phil is... this is a perfect time for Phil, because 10 years ago, this wouldn't have happened. He would have been completely fucked, So I'm sorry to go off on a rant. I think e-begging is pretty gross, and a man that is about to enter into... I mean, come on. How many more actions of being a man can you do without having the accountability of being a man, right? He's about to marry a woman.
On somebody else's dime.
You're taking responsibility. You have an obligation to your partner, right? I mean...
And he's over there fucking... if we don't get enough bits, I won't stream on Twitch. He's over there like... begging for, Twitch needs to be profitable, Patreon needs to be profitable, and now what is it? He's got all these expenses. Is he gonna have a wedding? Is it just he's just gonna go to the courthouse, city hall, get a marriage license, and just be done with it, or is he gonna get his parents to be like, now we're getting married, why don't you guys pay for the wedding because I don't have any money?
Well, that's the next step, right? Because he said, as one of the reasons why he wants to postpone this wedding, remember, it's always been financial, right? He always said, I just don't have money right now. What he said the last time this wedding thing came about was, I just can't afford it because I know with our families, they want to have a fancy wedding and we just can't afford it right now. He picks a month, April, that he claims is like the worst fucking month ever for him. That it's the February paycheck. That was the worst he's ever done. He picks April to get sort of... Excuse me, I got the hiccups from that rant. He picks April as the month, his worst month ever, is his emergency desperation month. Picks that to get involved into this, to get committed into this. And then, what is he going to do? How is he going to fund a wedding? I don't see anything really picking up for him. I see Twitch is maybe just going to keep him above water. But where's his savings? What savings is he going to use to pay for this wedding? He's going to have her parents or his parents fund this wedding?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He made it clear in the way that he talked about, oh, I would love to use my birthday present from my parents to spend on something nice, but I'm going to have to use it on bills. One that shows that your parents are giving you significant amounts of money. Mm-hmm. You are 35. You are a man, and you're at the age you should be looking after them, not the other way around. And he has no shame about saying it. He feels entitled to this. He feels entitled to still be supported by his parents. He feels entitled to strangers' money. He shows no humility when he talks about wanting money from people who watch him. It's almost a demand at this point. I believe completely that he will expect both families to completely do this for him. He can vlog the crap out of it and call it a day.
Wouldn't that be the most embarrassing thing? Like, he hasn't had much interaction with Leanna's family. Wouldn't that be the most embarrassing thing, to show up and talk to Leanna's family? Hey, guys, I know I'm meeting you for the first time. Hey, you want to pay for this giant wedding for me?
Yeah.
For a man-child that doesn't even have a job? For your little girl that you love and you hate the fact that I'm dating her? Want to pay for our wedding?
For most people, it would
no, get the fuck out.
This is a man that's masturbated on stream and daily begs for, like, pennies. I think he's beyond the point of being embarrassed.
Oh, you could always do the Taco Bell wedding for $600 in Vegas, right, Fizz?
Well, see, here's the thing, though, is, okay.
That's great.
Phil has sort of come up with, in his mind, he's probably comfortable with a certain amount of scumbaggery in terms of what he can do online, right? He can sort of... He's not directly accountable. If Phil does something online, he's not directly accountable to that. If he says something stupid, who does he have to answer to? He doesn't have someone in his face. He can curtail that interaction very easily. He can block the person. He can delete their comments, as he's done already on Instagram, deleting stuff. So he's not obligated. If he is sitting at a table at a wedding or at some sort of social gathering with Leanna's family, he can't just get up and walk away, which is, what he normally does, figuratively online. He has to sit there and he has to hold his own and he has to engage in this conversation. He can't just, I don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, he is sort of at their mercy to be there with a number of Leanna. I mean, he's going to be outnumbered. What's he going to do? If they go to a Leanna family event, it's going to be Leanna family v. Phil, And you think she's going to give him a hard time too. She'll do that right in front of his audience. She's going to get right on in that. It's going to be Phil versus the world at some sort of Hangan fucking family get together, and he's going to have to explain his financial situation. He's going to have to explain his plan. Can you imagine? Just think about this. Really, just think about this. Phil is going to be talking to a bunch of, like, average people that probably maybe use the internet a little bit to watch cat videos or something, or post on Facebook, that he's going to have to explain to them that he will not go out into the real world and get a job because this Twitch thing that he does where he live streams. Just go try to explain, like, a Twitch streamer to, like, your grandma or something, okay? This is the type... We're talking about, like, non-internet people, right? We live in a certain bubble here, right? Where we everything is just second nature to us, right? But just go talk to some normies, what Wraith A1 says. Go talk to some normies about the business of the internet and Twitch streaming and bits and shit like that, okay? And just think about how you're going to try to convince a normie, right? Oh, well, I've got this thing on the internet where I stream myself playing games and people just give me a bunch of money, And basically every time before I start streaming, I just let them know how much I need their money and how bad things are. And then they feel sorry for me. And then they give me a bunch of money, 50 cents, $1 at a time. Imagine trying to explain that to somebody. They're going to say, get your fucking lazy ass out there and get a job.
They'll pull Leanna aside and go, honey, I know things haven't been great between us, but we didn't know it was this bad, sweetie. What do you need? How do we get you out of here?
Sweetheart, come home. We'll take care of you.
You are worth more than this.
This, like, it makes no sense when you think, like, why now? You know, Phil's constantly talking about how much he's in debt, and now he's gonna be like, oh, now we're just gonna bring in all this more debt. You know, oh, I'm gonna have a new credit card to pay for this ring because all my credit cards are maxed out. It completely defies logic. And then you were like, what's going on? There's just.
I mean,
I feel like
go ahead, Red. I'm sorry.
I feel like there's a member of the party that we're not giving enough emphasis to, and that is the bride to be. Phil's financial problems become her financial problems because that is how the act of marriage works. I'll tell you this: I would love to be a fucking fly on the wall when those two start talking about a prenuptial agreement, assuming that Phil even has the guts.
But what does he have? What does he own? He owns nothing. He has no assets.
The other way around.
Yeah, I was going to say Leanna wanting the prenup.
Yeah, she's doing better than him. I mean, financially, he's bringing in more, but just in terms of like being equipped to continue living a life, his credit is fucked. His credit rating is down. His debt is rising. The amount of money that he has stashed away is at an all-time low, according to him. Again, we can only go off of what he says. And he is just, I've been out of the job market, so there's no way I can get a job. Let's take him at his word then. If what he's saying is true, I just can't get a job and shit like that. When this bubble collapses, when people stop feeling sorry for him on Twitch, when he does something stupid and loses the goodwill of the people, and they stop fucking flipping him a quarter every other minute, then what's the fallback? He's got nothing. Leanna at least is getting some job experience. She's still young, right? She can work. She can support herself. Phil he's completely twisting in the wind at this point. I mean, these people, I've made this point that those fans, if his fans wish him well, man, I tell you what, like keeping him at this situation where he's constantly trying to stay above water is kind of like cruel. It's kind of cruel to keep Phil in business right now, because if he would just say fucking get a job, he'd have consistent income. He wouldn't have to worry month to month if is it good, is it bad. He'd know, he can plan, he could budget. Now it's stress every month. It's actually killing. I'm sure the stress is killing him right now, that he has to worry about what is this month good, is this month bad, stuff like that. To keep Phil like just barely above water like this is actually cruel. It's like bleed. It's like death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, I know it's a slight tangent, but sort of what you were saying, that if he was forced to get back into the job market, at least then, I think over in America it's a bit different here. We call it superannuation. You guys have 401ks. I can't imagine there is much of a 401k for a Twitch streamer.
He has none.
What is he going to do? Like, is he going to keep doing this till he's 65? 2, once he is old, if he makes it that far, what the hell is he going to retire on?
Nothing.
Oh, he's gonna live off his child that he's gonna have.
Oh, that kid's going to split. That's going to go for emancipation at about 14.
That's why she's pregnant. He has to have that's his 401k right there. We figured it out. That's his 401k. His child is his 401k. He's going to be 60, and he's going to be like, well, I want to retire. You need to be done with college. You need to go get that factory job and bring me the money.
You better become a fucking athlete right now, son.
And he's going to be happy if it comes out black. Cause,
oh, God.
Joke.
That would suck.
And we claim racist table to be the racist one here.
Holy shit.
Here's the thing: if this child thing is real, it costs over $10,000 a year to raise a child in the United States. That's gonna ruin, his spending money. I don't think he can afford it, to be honest. He'd have to move out of that giant house and move into like some small apartment.
that's what a normal person would do, but that's what he should have done back when he realized he was in financial trouble.
But no, he really wants to live. He really wants to live this lavish lifestyle as long as he can.
Exactly.
It's scary because Phil's current financial situation is a house of cards. We were talking earlier about how the utilities of his quote-unquote office are considered a tax write-off.
Mm-hmm.
He should have nightmares about even hearing the word audit, because an audit would completely devastate him.
Well, I've seen people, and the thing that's unfortunate for him, now obviously we aren't like over here pushing this idea or anything, but I did see people in the comment section. This is starting to start up. I'm seeing more and more people like, oh yeah, let's here report him here and link to this and that. So I mean, like, I'm just saying, there's more of like a little bit of a thing building up. Like, it only takes a couple people doing that shit, and yeah, I mean, it's probably gonna happen. To be honest with you.
And I honestly think that the ring could have came at a worse time because he's been begging for so long, and now people are just going to think he has a ton of money because he just bought her a ring. They're not going to want to donate shit. They're not going to do anything for him.
Yeah. I think, is this what I'm donating to?
I'm
not going to donate
actually didn't think about it that way.
Don't you think it'd be the opposite? Don't you think that people would feel energized and be like, yeah, we need to donate to him to make this wedding awesome and to donate to the family. He's a family man now.
No, I think it's going to be the exact opposite. I think it's going to be more of people are going to get upset. They're going to be like his really close fans, like people who really follow him, are going to be like, yeah, this is awesome. We need to support Family Man Phil. But the people who donate to him casually are going to be like,
what is it, a Family Guy?
But the people who are like casual donators and people who follow him every now and give and toss him a few bits on Twitch, they're gonna be like, "Fuck this guy! He's just gonna take my money and buy shit like this. Gonna buy his girlfriend a ring. He's gonna have this lavish lifestyle, and this is just gonna be the tipping point."
Yeah. We're just beating. Sorry. We're just kind of beating a dead horse at this point, but we're emphasizing. Put yourself in the shoes of someone who has tossed Phil pennies on the dollar in support of him. And the gears gotta be turning in those heads, thinking, what the heck is my money going to go towards? It's certainly not going to go towards improving the stream. It'll probably go towards purchasing video games for future playthroughs, but it's certainly not going to improve the overall experience.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Any more on that? Just basically, to build off that one, then we'll go for. How do you see? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I had a horrifying thought about the child again. 'Cause here's the thing. In the United States, from what I understand, it costs money to numb you during childbirth. So, do you think Phil's going to pay for that? Yeah, epidural. Do you think Phil's going to pay for that?
That's going to come all into the medical bill.
That'll be a Patreon goal, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to donate. Oh, look, Huddy, look at they're donating.
He's going to live stream it, isn't he?
Oh, Huddy.
Dear.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
No.
Oh, my God. Imagine that. Imagine that. He's next to her. Okay, somebody disconnected. He's next to her, right? And he's like, you can do it, Huddy. Just breathe. Oh, shout out to Loves to Spooge 69. He says, push. You can do it, Leanna. All right, 69 bits there. Fantastic.
500 bits to push.
500 bits to push. Oh, looks like it's crowding.
DSP, put the camera down. Your wife is trying to give birth.
What? You want me to run
cares.
You want me to run your fucking hospital for you? Where am I standing? You haven't told me. Jesus Christ.
People donating though. I just got a 50-cent tip from The Baby Is Mine, and
looks like Spooner48 says, "Go fuck your baby right in the ass." Thank you very much for that. 175 bits. He is the bit leader right now.
Guys, say something though. If Phil does that in the hospital, I think Leanna will just kill him. That.
He'll be there. Fucking Periscope.
He's gonna get thrown out the window.
You're right to do so. I think no jury in the land would convict her if she did.
Oh Christ! Oh god! I thought something else. Do not let him cut the umbilical cord. He's gonna kill the doctor with the scissors.
What am I supposed to do? Is it a quick time event or what?
Let me look at my stream chat. Maybe they'll tell me what to do.
Oh my god.
I accidentally cut myself.
Oh,
Oh my god.
What was I supposed to do?
Wait, I'm holding the scissors the wrong way. Why am I cutting myself?
I cut
Why
the
is there no
baby's leg
tutorial? There's no like control guide.
off. I snipped the baby's penis. Whoops.
And then the doctor's saying, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Oh.
Well, you went to pay for that circumcision anyways.
Hey, it looks like mine now. Look at that.
Oh my god.
Oh god! Somebody said. Wait, hold on. I gotta read this. I think it was like a Patreon goal for Phil is to eat the placenta.
Okay.
Fun fact: they do that in some countries.
No.
Ugh.
Here's something to build off that with. With Leanna's recent bouts of sickness and Phil's abrupt proposal, is it fair to speculate she's carrying the spawn of DSP submitted by Anonymous? I didn't think of that, the sickness. Maybe there is some... Yeah, she's been getting sick lately, huh?
Well, she posted a picture of her on Instagram with like a heating pad over her like lower stomach. So
this is getting
lot of-
scary
Good
now.
for a baby.
there's a lot of
God.
miserableness when you're pregnant. There's a lot of that. So
Oh, this irresponsible speculation is going to turn out to be true, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what's
God.
gonna.
It's gonna be
Like,
a hell of a thing.
okay, bets now. When are
Maybe
they going to
it-
announce it?
After they get married.
It would make sense if she's being very ill now, from what I remember being pregnant. The first 3 months are hell. You are tired 24/7, you feel like you're dying, and you vomit all the time, any time of the day, any day of the week.
You got
I
some
used to go to
motion,
work.
Sean. Like your mic is like moving
sorry.
around on yourself.
I'm sorry.
Give that to us again. Tell us again. About the
Honestly,
sickness?
it makes sense with the sickness because early pregnancy, you feel tired all the time. You feel it's like the worst flu you've ever had, and then you add in the morning sickness, which is such a bullshit name because it happens whenever it feels like it. I used to have to go to work. Everyone knows I work as a nurse, and people would just get used to me for me it was about the first 5 months. I'd get on shift, I would go into what we call the pan room, in the middle of taking handover from my patients, and go, guys, just one sec, throw my guts up, walk back out. I'm good now. But there have been a lot of... Leanna's just not well at the moment. Moments? I don't know, irresponsible speculations.
I just thought of something. He's going to have a top Patreon goal to name his child.
Oh
what do you think
boy.
it's gonna name?
The biggest donation, the biggest donator is going to name his child.
I just thought,
No,
here we go.
it's gonna be Phil Jr.
$5 donations get to post in a thread. You get to nominate different names for the baby, and then I'll have a poll up next week, and we'll see what wins. Now, there's no promise I'm actually going to name it that, but, he'll do a Twitter poll. He'll just be like, what should I name it?
And then he'll make an executive decision, and all right, the name of the kid is Phil Jr.
Phil Jr.
Oh God!
No, I can probably see the name of the poll, all the names. Phil Jr., KG,
Sammy,
Cress, Fred Fox,
John Burnell.
Yeah, Fred.
Sammy,
Fred Burnell.
Fred Burnell. Yes.
Oh no.
Let's see. Okay, next up. How do you see a wedding between Phil and Leanna going if it was to actually occur? Submitted by Dessert Monkey JK.
Well, we already know this. We already know this is probably a shotgun wedding, so
This will be the mother of all shotgun weddings.
Wow.
Yep, pretty
Well,
much.
I'm pretty sure. Geez, that's tough, man. Because I feel like Leanna's family would push to actually have it in Pennsylvania, and then Phil's family would instead of them all just going to Connecticut. Instead of everybody from the East Coast just picking up and going to Washington, it would actually be better if the two of them went to the East Coast. Because who's going to go to their fucking wedding? They don't know anybody at all. And so what's actually going to happen is they're going to go to the East Coast to probably do it. I doubt it that they're going to have everybody come to them. It would be so expensive for Leanna's family, Phil's family to all get tickets over there, whereas they could just get 2 tickets and fly over, and then you could have the same outcome. So if I had to just think reasonably and logically, they're probably going to be on the East Coast. But knowing Phil, he'll probably come up with some way to be like, nah, what you could do is we could just all just meet in Seattle. It's beautiful, it's beautiful scenery, and Leanna really likes it,
Leanna's going to want to invite her coworkers.
Leanna's coworkers.
Oh God, that'd be fun to watch.
I don't know. It's just gonna be a bunch of dudes. They're like, "Oh, I can't fuck her anymore." Like, what are we supposed to do? This is terrible.
No, it's fine. We're still gonna do that. It's just I gotta marry this asshole first.
Okay.
So you guys think John Howard gonna go to the wedding?
No, like, all right.
He's gonna call John to be his best man.
Well,
he's gonna call John to be his best man.
Yeah, let's
I will
work
bet that right
in.
now.
Who else has he got?
Before we finish this up, like Hanser asked just that. We'll tie this in real quick. Hanser asked, "Do you think he'll be able to find a best man?" Who's the best man? Top patron? Brightside Viking is going to come to the United States.
Sammy's
going there.
Where's Sammy? Sammy lives in the Midwest. I don't know if he can afford it on a whole food paycheck. I don't know if he can get out there.
Are you kidding me?
He's a man. Oh no, he's not a manager. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, his job is worthless.
Sammy would walk on foot if that was what was required.
I mean, he's donated hundreds of dollars to Phil, so I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up.
Is he gonna get Vash to be his best man?
I've got one. What about the Alien Lord?
Like, okay, realistically, who's gonna be his best man? Because he's gonna choose Rambo, but fucking he burned that bridge. I mean, he's burned all of his bridges. He's
what?
If Phil contacted you and asked you to be his best man, would you go?
Fuck yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I'm drinking so much cheap fucking champagne. Are you kidding me? I'm getting smashed on champagne. I'm gonna be over there.
That's the best man speech I want to hear.
See, you guys are throwing around the idea of best man when you're not thinking about who's going to crash the wedding.
Us. Nah, he's not gonna have,
dude, I'm already setting up the road trip.
He's not gonna have a best man. He's gonna have a best fan, and they're gonna be in there. Top donor, you know what I mean? I'm the best fan, Phil. Here.
Shit, I'm a couple hours drive from Pennsylvania.
Oh boy.
Load up the Dodge with gas.
The Dodge.
I would make the trip.
The Dodge.
The Dodge.
The Dodge.
Well, if he has it on the West Coast, I already told Fizz, AJ, Fizz's girlfriend, and Loophole, I'd pick them all up, and we could just take a drive up the coast.
Hell, he could just fucking come to Las Vegas, have the $600 Taco Bell wedding.
Yeah.
Fucking, he doesn't have to worry about catering.
DSP tries it too. He'd eat one of those products on camera in a tuxedo. It's all right. There's not enough sour cream on this burrito, but other than that, it's fine.
Yes, he tries it. The wedding food.
Oh my god, dude, that's gonna be Vlog City. Like, can you imagine the amount of vlogs that's gonna be a part of that shit? Like,
yeah,
he's set up right now to wed this person. I don't think I can't process this, man. He's going to wed her. There's going to be a wedding. There's going to be a wedding where Phil is there with Leanna's family, and he has to face them. Like, he can't just fucking, for anyone whose girlfriends forced you to watch Teen Mom or 16 and Pregnant, like mine did at the time, okay? I don't know if you guys remember Gary. Amber was the one that like assaulted him. He was the big fat guy with the beard, and he'd get the shit kicked out of him by Amber. She's the one from like the first season of 16 and Pregnant and the first version of Teen Mom. Anyways, I associate Phil with Gary very much. Gary has the same demeanor and the way about him and stuff. He's gonna just try to fucking like avoid them and just be a curmudgeon and just try to avoid them, be socially awkward and shit. Like, it's not gonna work. Phil's gonna have to dance. Phil's gonna have to fucking
Phil can dance.
Oh yeah, Macho Man.
Yep. He can just
dance. Fixed his back.
Phil can dance when you want to. He
really
wants to dance.
Stop it, Cyber.
How dare you?
Sorry, I didn't pull up Google Translate. You're gonna have to repeat that.
Yeah, I don't even think that's gonna help you at this point.
But that's the reality that we're in right now. is that if Phil makes it that long, he's gonna eventually have to marry her. I mean, there's another question I think is pretty valid, and we'll wrap up the whole wedding thing. We didn't want to, dedicate the entire podcast to this, but I mean, it just fell on our laps. We were gonna do this broadcast anyway, and then this fucking happened, so I figured we'd cover it because it'd be the elephant in the room if we didn't. Do you think Phil was given an ultimatum by Leanna to get married, or she will leave him, submitted by Anonymous? I'm feeling like that is what happened. Any other possibilities about why this even happened in the first place?
I feel the same way that I felt previously. Phil was under the notion that Leanna was going to just pack it up and leave. I don't believe she ever truly threw out an ultimatum. I think Phil started to read some signals, and then he went straight into panic mode.
I think this all happened because of Ringgate 2017.
Oh, so it's our fault.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought of something. What if the freak out over the fake engagement ring meant that Phil thought the secret was out?
Oh.
Shit.
Nice one, Rad.
Oh, that makes sense.
What are you talking about? They said a
I didn't
fake
give her a
ring.
ring.
What are you talking about?
Damn, that's clever, Rad. Damn.
Smart.
Why we keep you around, right?
I thought it's because he's best grill. I didn't think that we thought about because he has salient points every now and then.
Well, a little from column
Yeah,
A, a little
really.
from column B.
Yeah, he's best.
That just hit me when it occurred. Like Ringgate 2017.
He did have a big meltdown of that. Like it was irrational how upset he was about it. I was under the impression he was irrational because he just really didn't want to do it, and so he didn't want to talk about it at all. He wants that subject to just go away. That's what I interpret it as. Just like, don't fucking talk. I don't want to, and so don't fucking talk about it because it makes me uncomfortable. You know, like I thought that's what that was about.
But in hindsight,
could be the shit.
I mean, there is one thing that does ruin this perception, and that's the idea that minutes later, Leanna put out that same tweet with the quote-unquote ring. So word travels fast, but still, that must have spooked Phil.
it could have also been her perception of how he reacted to the idea of being engaged. Really, motherfucker? That's how you react to the idea of putting a ring on it? Fuck you. Could have spurred him on a little bit.
All right.
But before we jump off of the idea of the potential wetlock, I would just like to sincerely drop my personal congratulations to Phil and Leanna, and more importantly, welcome to hell.
Well, here's the thing. I don't want to be mean. So I did say on Twitter, congratulations. I wasn't being sarcastic or anything. It's a happy time, but I think what we're trying to illustrate is there are a lot of factors that Phil needs to address. The financial situation, the financial stability, the fact that you're potentially bringing a child into this world. And if you are not equipped to do it, you're doing all parties involved a disservice. You have to think more than just yourself. And I don't know if Phil is willing or able to do that. And so there are a lot of responsibilities that are going to come, even if he doesn't have a kid, but just to be married. I mean, they coexisted, they cohabitated, they lived together. But to be married is a whole different vibe. That's when the real shit happens. That's when you realize that you are together till legal documents do you part. And I think that it takes your relationship to the next level.
It's a quick question. When she becomes Mrs. Burnell, does she shoulder any of the burden of his financial
Yes, she does.
situation?
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this
In the
is
US
back
you do.
to the back to the prenup thing. This is why I think she would probably want one. She doesn't want to end up saddled with his shit 5 years from now.
I don't know if a Go ahead, Prideful.
No, go ahead.
I don't know if a prenuptial could save you from that, because let's say that something happens to Phil, he passes away. That debt isn't just going to evaporate; it's going to go to Leanna. She's going to shoulder that.
Yikes.
Maybe that's why he's doing it. He's realizing that he's not going to live that long, and he's just going to have someone take care of his debt.
Yeah, so that's the final
take care of him.
That's the final fuck you. It's like, yeah, fine, I'll marry you, but guess what? When I'm out of here, you're fucking going to deal with all my debt, bitch. How you like that?
Yeah.
I will be here. You're going to have to look at it.
I'm going to get another BMW now. How you feel about that?
How about that?
It's for the business, okay?
I'm popping the top real soon. Let's see what happens. Let's roll the dice. No, that's a really interesting thing. Last question, I think, on the wedding. There are a lot, and again, thank you guys for the viewer submitted topics here. There was actually something of that along those lines. Is it possible that Phil wants to marry Pandalea in order to find a way to improve his credit? Submitted by Sean John Ron. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm not an expert on that, but maybe someone in the chat could chime in on that. Is there a way that will improve his credit?
When two people get married and their credit is actually still separate,
right?
Yeah, but it adds to the fact that they will have joint credit together. But like, it wouldn't affect, like, if Phil had to declare bankruptcy, it wouldn't affect Pandalea's credit, even though they're not. I mean, even though they're married, so their credit is still technically separate. It's just she has better credit, and that's what it is. It wouldn't affect something he does. Wouldn't affect her credit, but they're still having, even though they're married. I kind of looked into this a little bit a while ago for other reasons, but yeah, it's the fact that they're going to be married. It won't make her credit any worse, but it won't make his credit any better. It would just be like, it would just be the fact that they would be married, and she would have the better credit.
Let me. This was also submitted. Here is something submitted by. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I can give this person credit, because this is a very pertinent link. Yanu. It says here, Phil said in the past that he did not have the money to front a wedding, and let me read you the quote here. I'm doing it off my phone, so it won't be on screen. It'll probably be whatever I have on screen right now, gameplay or whatever. It says, quote, this is May 4th, 2016, so this is just about 1 year to the day. A couple weeks away from the 1 year anniversary of this post. It's pronounced Yanu. Am I not pronouncing it right? Yanu? Yanu?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah! Yeah!
Ben's lost his mind.
It says here, all right. May 4th. Just post the cat picture again. May 4th, 2016. We are not engaged, although she very much wants to be married. I've told her time and time again it would make 0 sense. I've got tons of debt in my name, and she has nowhere near enough income to properly pay for all of it. So if something were to happen to me, boom, she'd instantly have her life ruined forever. That's incredibly unfair. In addition, we simply can't afford to get married. We both have a family who would want a real wedding, and neither side of our family is rich and can pay for it. We'd be expected to. Pretty sure when I'm struggling to keep the business afloat and pay monthly bills, spending tons of money on an engagement ring and wedding and putting us even further into a pile of debt is a pretty bad idea. The only way we could get married would be to completely skip the ring, the ceremony, the niceties, and elope. And neither of us want to do that. So no wedding anytime soon. Wow. What a pertinent fucking quote off of Phil. I've got tons of debt in my name, and she has nowhere near enough income to be able to pay for it. So if something were to happen to me, she'd have her life ruined forever.
And what was the date on that quote?
May 4th, 2016.
Yeah, I mean...
And he's doing worse than he was then.
It just, it adds fuel to the conspiracy fire, Like,
in May of 2016, he was still with Machinima. He was still managed. He was still having a lot of money on Patreon. He wasn't doing Twitch yet, but his YouTube was doing fine, or at least better than it was now. And it's gotten worse since then. Where is the consideration that Leanna... Is it I mean, to me this reads that Phil somehow found a way to pay his debt down. Which... it can't be. The way that he represents it, there's no way he could have been... I mean, maybe he's been quietly paying his debt down with this extra money he's been getting off of fucking Patreon and shit like that. I don't know. I cannot parse what's going on here. I don't get the cat. The fucking cat. That is
like instant, just Fred meltdown button.
Okay. Can we make that cat the
Fred's
thumbnail
gone.
on YouTube?
Oh my god. The fucking cat. Alright, anyways. Stop trying to fuck me up. I'm trying to fucking be professional here. Hey, we got some...
Oh shit!
Let me respect... what?
They went out to dinner.
Of course they did. Yeah, to celebrate.
Japanese.
How else
Yeah.
are you going to celebrate?
The cat.
Sorry, that was random. I was just looking at Phil's Twitter.
They probably ordered takeout because that's the engagement dinner they deserve.
Takeout.
No, they went out to an actual
They went
restaurant.
out to a fancy Japanese restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
His patrons paid for. Anybody who's listening who's a patron, you're paying for that.
Yeah.
Money well spent. If anybody wants to buy me dinner, by the way.
There's a link in the chat
I got it.
to where they went.
I got it. Oh wait, never mind. Why? I'm stupid. It's on the Instagram anyway. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see what we got here. They went to... Oh man, let's get creepy and calculate it. No, I'm just kidding. Anyone else can do that? I got flack for doing that, so I'm not gonna do that anymore. I realized I went above... I went out of my lane and I started trying to calculate how much he makes. But trust me, I'd appreciate if anyone else decides to go that far. Kazuki Ramen and Azukaya. I'm not gonna pronounce this shit. Whatever.
Izakaya.
Vegetable tempura, blah 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 blah. Okay, he conveniently hid the prices though.
Yeah.
He made sure the prices were not visible. That's a smart move, even though people can Google it. This takoyaki is crazy good. Look at that. It looks like, what is that? Mushrooms? Looks like loaded baked potatoes, little ones.
I haven't looked. That's usually squid, isn't it?
I don't know.
I wonder, is this one of the Japanese restaurants where they cook the food in front of you?
No, it looks
I
like
don't
it's
think so.
prepared. No, it looks like it comes out prepared. Oh shit! Look at the viewers, 777. We just hit the jackpot. Look at that shit.
Bingo.
Yeah, bingo.
Ka-ching.
You're killing me. It's octopus. I'm sorry. I'm not. Oh, it's somebody said squid. So you
Yeah, it's squid.
Oh.
This is ramen. This is a pork, chicken, garlic, savory variety, and it's really good. Great. You got ramen. Super.
That's
Never
takoyaki
change, Phil.
dumplings.
Did
That's
Leanna
pork
post about
ramen.
this? Let's see.
Let's see
Leanna
what's...
did not post about it. Oh, there's Leanna with her morning sickness. What does this caption say? I totally feel pain-free this morning. I can totally do my stretching to prepare for the next class on Wednesday. What class? What? A peding
Class.
pad. What class? Is she like a parenting
What?
class? Is it like a... What is
See,
going
like-
on? What is going... This is a big conspiracy now. I'm like fucking... I'm
Yeah,
so
it is.
fucking like amazed by this. What is she doing? What is this woman up to? All right? Is there some shit going on here? What is happening?
Yeah, that's what I was saying with the heating pad picture. I was like, that was kind of weird.
Ridiculous.
Tinfoil hats are in full effect.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, read
that's
the
crazy.
comments on that one. That is some creepy comments right there.
Of which one?
By Muggle Man 3.
With the heating pad?
Yeah.
Nice, sweet pics. Don't worry, dear. God bless you. Okay.
What the hell?
Wait,
Alright.
what?
Okay.
You
I
know,
wonder
She just
who's
looks
gonna break the
miserable
news
in
to
that
him.
picture.
Oh.
Alright. Well,
What?
That's one shadowy
She
guy.
just looked miserable.
You got a great angle of your chin and cheek.
Oh yeah.
Ugh,
Well, so there you go.
I don't know. Like, okay, like what else would you like? Just the more I don't know. It makes no sense, and they're so like it's so weird that if this conspiracy is actually true, it's so weird that they're just so under the table for it because they've constantly been like, oh, this big change is happening to my life, especially Phil. Like, this big change is happening. This is what it is. Even though I shouldn't tell you, I'm going to tell you anyway.
Well, if he has that genuine sort of family... People's families are weird. It could be that he doesn't want his family to know before the internet. I mean, the other way around. Doesn't want the internet to know before his family.
I wonder if Phil talked to Leanna's dad and asked for permission.
Doubt it.
He probably fired
no?
off. He sent him an email.
Huh.
Hey,
tweeted at him.
Sir. Yeah. Excuse me. Retweet this if I could have your daughter's hand in marriage. Donate 50 bits if I can have your daughter's hand in marriage.
It doesn't matter if you're dumb because I'm gonna make the executive decision to marry her. So fuck you.
Oh my goodness. All right, so let's finish this up with the final. Oh, there's a new Simpson Wave video. Sweet. I'm gonna watch that after the show. All right. There is one last one on this topic I think we should get to, and that is the following. Women and children, please vacate the room. Cover your ears. Duck and cover. Hide.
Here we go.
Into safety. What up, motherfucks? So since Phil is going to be getting married to Leanna, or the chances are there, because I see something happening later on that will cause this not to happen, do you think Phil will finally stick his pecker into Leanna? Do you think he will wait until the wedding night? Do you think she will continue to fuck her male coworkers? SoK, comment. I hear that JJ was getting in on that action at the Lindenhurst train station.
Oh my.
Great to hear a new SoKast. Great to see the Googah Dah back and all that fun shit. Heavy metal gamer.
Oh my god.
I managed to slip in JJ.
JJ.
That's pretty good.
Hey, HMG.
I applaud him for slipping that in.
So I guess the meat of the question is, will they consummate the marriage? I mean, it seems as though they already consummated a little bit, and that is why they're in the predicament that they are. So
Don't make me think of this.
all right.
Irrational speculation aside, a child would quite honestly be much more of a burden to them than a blessing.
Well, we'll see about that. And then obviously, the whole deal about will she continue to fuck her coworkers? I mean, I don't know. That's the one thing, somebody mentioned, if they were going to have the wedding in Seattle, that maybe her coworkers can show up, because Phil has no connections to anybody out in that part of the world. I mean, he barely even knows his neighbors. There's like no one that he knows there. And she just so happens to know people because she co-works with them. So, all right. Anything else on this engagement before we move on entirely and finish up the Phil stuff for tonight?
Someone found an example of the ring on Zales, and it was $69.99.
Perfect. I love that it's $69. That is fantastic. Can you link that to us so that we can check this out? Where is the link?
Thank you, Zombie.
Let's see. Copy link. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to look at this right now. Zoop.
No. Not the same.
$69.99. No, it's not the same. It's
No.
similar.
Look at the one on the website. It's got set stones, like each is a set stone the whole way around the band, whereas hers just looks like indenting on the metal.
Yeah, that I don't know. Like, you compare it with that $69 ring, and just her ring does not look good.
I would imagine that the ring, in terms of pricing, is awfully close to that one.
Yeah.
It's close,
In which
but
case, I'm sorry.
no, just like, again, the comparison between the two is just that $69 ring is just nah.
I mean, if it is a ring sort of valued at $50 to $100, in a way, almost good on them for once living within your means, and not doing something ridiculous like getting a $9,000 diamond ring when you are supposedly drowning in debt. I'll give him that.
What stone does that look like on the ring? That's not diamond. That's not sapphire.
It says
Glass.
blue spinal. What's it called?
Spinel.
Yeah, blue
Spinel, by the way, not spinal.
No.
Spinel sounds ridiculous. What are you talking about?
What did you get an RE4?
No, the word spine is in there. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm trying to be clever here. It looks like the word
Yeah,
spine.
Spine-L.
there.
That's what it is.
Spinal?
Spine.
Yeah.
No, just spine and then L.
Spinel.
Spinel.
Is it spinel?
Spinel.
If it's spinal, I'm gonna get the last laugh. I don't care. Is it spinel? Is it spinal? Spinal? Spinal?
Spinel.
I hope it's not spinal. Spinal Tap. There we go. White
The
sapphire
place I've
frame.
heard that
ring.
is RE4.
Spinal. Spinal
Got the
Tap.
spinel.
Spinal Tap.
I wouldn't be surprised if you got that ring out of like one of those, vending machines you see at the mall where you put a quarter in, twist the thing, just popped out in a ball. That's where you probably got it from.
Okay, but you're under the assumption Phil can turn one of those.
Yeah, oh, true.
Damn it, Rad, you fucker, stealing my shit. Fucker.
What?
You need the stream chat.
Yeah, you would. Like, turn it to the. It'd be like Blue's Clues. Turn it to the left.
The left? Wait, I gotta put a quarter in. What the?
Okay, I gotta turn it to the right. Well, it's not going. Oh, I gotta put it in further. Oh, okay. How the fuck did they tell me to do that?
Dude, I got robbed by this machine.
Puzzles
Oh, the fucking thing jammed.
Why
God
do they
damn
put
it.
puzzles like this in?
Come on, man.
It robbed me.
Oh, it looks like somebody might have found. No, that's not it either. That's Nordstrom. Somebody was trying to say Nordstrom, but this is a clear diamond. This is more of a clear diamond. I'll show this to the stream chat. This is the one that was circulating earlier. But as you can see, this is a clear diamond. Clearly the... and that from the first picture, it did kind of look like that. This is a simulated diamond band engagement ring, blah, blah, blah. From Nordstrom. But this is a clear simulated diamond, whereas the other thing is some sort of blue stone. So I don't know. I don't know if we're exactly gonna find it. I don't know, but I guess people are curious about the price of the ring just because Phil is supposedly in such financial straits, and he's able to get a ring out of nowhere on short notice, and yeah, it just sort of throws that whole thing into question. Let me see. There's a shit ton
Again,
of...
if I can give no other moderately positive thing, it doesn't look like an expensive ring. I don't say that to be elitist. There's nothing wrong with that. And in a way, that's almost a sign of growth from young, old Philippe. To not just go for the top shelf when he can't afford it.
True that.
To kind of rope it back in.
I'm with you on that.
So,
one, actually.
I'll give him that.
Maybe he got on eBay or Amazon. Or
If he
I
paid
don't
his
know. Well,
reasonable price, good for him. Like, that's
I mean,
for once he's living within his means.
I don't think we're gonna find the ring because I think we would have to go to the Peter Piper that he won it at. So
you're gonna have to go to the Chuck E. Cheese that he wanted at.
Yeah,
or McDonald's.
Yeah, it's Chuck E. Cheese.
God damn it, he has a Peter Piper pizza. I'm jealous.
I mean, more impressive that he managed to actually win that claw game because I can't fucking do it for the life
That's
of me.
the bit I can't believe is that he has the dexterity for a claw machine. Now that's a bridge too far for me to believe.
Dude, he is a former pro fighting game player. Those motions don't just go away.
Well, we all know he handles his joystick every pre-stream anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
And on that
this man.
So, I mean, that's why his buttons stick.
But then again, according to the Project 7 lore, he has lost his gamer powers, and he has yet to get them back.
Never got them back.
So that could contribute.
I mean, yeah.
Someone said staycation honeymoon. Oh dear God.
Oh jeez.
Honeymoon's going to be in downtown Seattle, guys.
We're gonna go to the Lego Museum. We're gonna go to the Ferris wheel.
Literally, he would have much better luck fucking going outside of Seattle because those prices in Seattle were fucking outrageous.
Right?
Yeah, he went to one of those like expensive hipster hotels.
He did go to the hipster hotel, didn't he?
Yeah, but like he had better luck just going outside.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say how much of a pain in the ass the fucking Google Doc is? Oh my god. I've been sitting here clicking for 30 minutes because like everybody just puts in like one letter at a time and I have to approve each and every letter. It's ridiculous. I don't like we tried to do the Reddit. We tried to do the Reddit so that people could submit stuff and it'd be easy, like you just post the whole thing and then people could upvote it, downvote it. And show interest, and people just did not want to use the Reddit. So we're doing the Google Doc, and it is such. Now I realize how much I love not fucking doing one of these every week. It is so bad to have to do this. Literally, people just put one word at a time, and I have to approve every single word because the alternative
Can't you
is
just approve all?
No, there's no approve all, and the alternative is that somebody just blanks it, and then we're all a fucking question. You know what I mean? So. Do I hate doing the Google Doc. It's nice to get to people to submit shit, but God, is it a fucking burden to fucking do this. Oh my God, I'm so glad. This is just the birthday thing. This is one and done. No more Google Docs after this shit. You guys can fucking do the Reddit if you want. What's up?
You should get the Google Doc to JJ.
Thank you, Cyber. You know what? You're on Google Doc duty. You go fucking do it.
What? Come on, that's unfair.
You deserve that, Cyber.
Why would we give it to him? He won't even finish it.
True, that is true.
And then he'll just buy another copy of Alien Colonial Marines. That's what he always does. Any problem he has, any problem he has, he just buys another copy of the game.
Yes. Cyber lives in a house made out of boxes of Alien Colonial Marines now.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like a little thing he crawls in.
Yeah, he's got a
It's like a doggy door.
Hey, I'm no fuzzy.
It's the only reason why Battleborn's still holding on. Just the profits of Cyber buying Alien Colonial Marines.
Red. When Fred looks at the Google.
Ladies and gentlemen, we found Fred's insanity switch.
I'm not apologizing for the breakdown, by the way.
Look at it.
That's how you fix anytime Fred has a breakdown. Post that pic.
Oh my God.
Or how you make him have a breakdown. It's great.
Oh, the cat is fantastic.
I'm telling you, we gotta make that cat. We gotta make that cat the friggin' thumbnail. Stop posting it.
All right.
Get out of here.
Stop it.
You look at it.
Okay,
it gets funnier.
I'm locking the
Need
doc.
to demod Fizz again.
Doc is locked now because some dickhead went and put a delete for everything. So everything is crossed through. So that is the end of that. Oh wait, I fixed it in one click. That is the end of that. All right, so enjoy Google Doc while it lasts. Let's go through it. Let's finish this up. There's some other field topics we need to get to. We'll get to some other nonsense shenanigans. We'll finish up the lolcat. Yeah, it's the lolcat. We'll finish this up. Let's see what we got here, ladies and gentlemen. Honeymoon locations. We didn't talk about that. Possible honeymoon locations within Phil's budget, submitted by Broseph Jones.
Seattle staycation or Vegas.
Vegas, as much fucking Vegas. You can get something for cheap here.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Vegas, honestly.
Or he can just come stay with you in your new apartment.
Fuck no. Are you kidding me? Well, actually, no. We do have 2 bedrooms. Oh my. Okay. Yeah. Okay. She's not gonna like that when I tell her. But. Yeah, we're getting some guests. They're gonna stay with us for about a week. Oh, who's the guest? Oh, Philip Burnell and his bride to be.
Oh dear God.
That's gonna fucking go over smooth.
That's when Fizz literally lives under a bridge. He's making out now.
They have to have somewhere to stay when they have that Taco Bell wedding.
Yeah.
I would get him here and be like, well, I have a console. I'm just going to be in your streams. I hope you don't mind.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Cali.
Yeah, this would be the perfect time for the California vacation.
Mm-hmm. Somebody literally submitted their submission in like teal, like bright eye-burning blue. If we ever do viewer submitted again, it's on the Reddit, and I don't care. I'm putting my foot down, executive decision. I'm not clicking 7,000 things just to have this done. If you don't want to use the Reddit, I'm sorry. All right, I will not. That's why we did it in the first place, because this is unreasonable to have to click this many times just to get this done, so that people don't blank the page. So, yeah. If you want to submit, it's a pleasure, not a right. It's a privilege, not a right. So you will do the fucking Reddit, and that is it. Because we basically don't use we basically don't use the Reddit at all, because it just ended up being a failed experiment. But yeah, the Reddit did not turn out how we expected at all. Let's just look back on that and laugh at how much of a failure that was. Man, we had lofty ideas like, oh yeah, people will post like highlights of the week, and then we could just kind of like look through that for the show and easily scan through and find big events, and people will do that. It ended up just being like people promoting their videos and like, oh hey, that's okay, you guys are a bunch of faggots, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, you guys suck.
That was the worst idea we ever had, to do the Reddit. It was a great idea on paper. Like, oh man, people can help us out with viewer submitted topics. They can, it would be really brilliant, guys. Okay, people will thumbs up what things they like the most, and then we'll be able to go in order of interest instead of just first come first serve in this random way where I'm hunting down questions during they're on air. That was pie in the sky dreams. Like that was never gonna happen.
It's like, and I think the problem was we had the great idea for the Reddit, but most of us didn't use Reddit as it is.
Yeah.
So we had no idea like what to do, or
So yeah, sorry about making the Reddit. We tried. We had the best intentions, but yeah, that Reddit was a big flop. I mean. Shit. That was terrible. Never again.
Anyways,
but no, we appreciate it's the thought that counts on the Googah Dah. I'm mad at the system of Googah Dah, because that's the problem. But even if there was a submit all, if I just click submit all, then a bunch of people did like deletes and stuff, and it would just fuck up the whole. You know what I mean? Like, you have to do it by hand so you can see if people blank the page and stuff.
Okay, friend.
There's no good way to do it other than Reddit.
Look at the cat. Look at the cat.
Somebody post the cat picture quick.
Yeah, there he is.
There we go. The longer you look at it,
that's me. That's me when I think about how the Reddit turned out. That's our viewers when they like, oh, Reddit, then they make that face.
That picture is Fred's visual stress ball.
Yeah. Let's see. So honeymoon, we got that out of the way. Let's see. The new troll toll and how it's been. And how it's just not easy to know what not to say in Phil's stream chat before being banned. More so, since half the subs and all the mods bash him like they're detractors, yet are allowed to. Submitted by Anonymous. Yeah, there's been a weird new dynamic with the chat. It's like you can say trolling things to Phil, and he will acknowledge them. He will say them, but it costs 10 cents or more. It's weird.
You got to pay the troll toll to get into that voice hole.
Damn right.
You got to pay the troll toll to get in.
It's funny watching him to turn into everything he once hated.
What, since we haven't been doing the show every week, what a transformation. If you would look at from 100 to now what he's been doing. Boy, that is something, huh? What he has turned into.
He has turned into everyone else.
Full e-begging. Full fucking just give me money for free. Oh my god.
Just the whole, he was so against the whole, all these fucking comments on the screen and them stopping the stream to pay attention to the comment.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Oh, it'll make all my YouTube viewers... Well, he was trying to say that it was a quality thing. It was literally it's less legitimate. It is not of good quality if I were to acknowledge the chat during gameplay. That's him trying to make... a judgment about quality. It's worse if the people that do that make it worse. And it was sort of this thing that he kind of used to try to make it seem like what he was doing was somehow superior than normal people. And look at now he's doing it. He's fine doing it.
Now that he's making money, is he? So here's a question: do you think, with the way he's doing his Twitch now, do you think he's making more than he would on YouTube?
Well, he claims that it's getting. Stupid cat. He's claiming that it is. It's starting to equal out a little. He's claiming that it's starting to equal out a little bit. And that he wants it to be that his YouTube is a second.
Come on, get a sentence out.
A secondary source of income. So, if he can make it that way.
Stop posting the cat!
God damn it!
Delete the cat.
Oh my god!
Delete.
The cat is life.
Dat cat. I like that. That's pretty good. Oh my god! Fucking cat. Look at him.
Oh my god.
He's pissed. He's disgusted.
This is your god now.
It's the SoKast. It's the SoKast. Look at it.
We need to demod Fizz.
I want that to be...
People have been saying we've been saying that for a long time.
No, you keep demodding me and mod. I've been demodded 10 times already.
That's right.
Do it again.
Yeah, that cat picture is my new fucking... That's the spicy meme. I'm gonna be using that shit for everything.
It's both your cocaine and your kryptonite.
I'm gonna make a shirt with that fucking cat on it. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, that's perfect. I'd wear that around.
It's perfect.
Oh, it's perfect. Yeah.
It's perfect.
Look at Garfield.
Fred.
All right, let me keep it together. All right,
Twitch,
yeah. So if you wanted to, you could actually go and calculate how much he makes. So there's this website that we found that shows his entire chat log. I forgot what the name of the site is, but I I had linked it in the Skype group a while back. There's literally like this website where you go, you click it, and you can go by each day, and it'll just show like, boom, full text of every stream chat that he's done, and you could just do Control Find, Control F, and just hit up cheer, and you could go through every day and calculate how much he made in cheers. That won't include tips. But, you know, if you wanted to just sort of do cheers, you could figure that out, and you can figure out what he does each day. I don't have the patience to do something like that, but you know, if that's your bag, if you're feeling frisky, you know, maybe just take a couple days and just get an idea of what he likes to do. But you know, I don't know what he's making. And the thing is, he's so inconsistent and he's so all over the place, and that is the indication that he's lying, is he just can't keep it straight. He's all over the place. 1 week he's doing fantastic. 1 week it's the worst ever. 1 week he's not sure. 1 week he's nervous. 1 week he's doing great. It was positive, massively positive. Thank you. You know. So I don't know. I mean, you'd have to literally like get a hold of his taxes to see how he's doing, and you know, short of that, it's speculation, and clearly he's a dishonest person. He's never just going to tell us flat out how things are going. So yeah. All right, anything else on that? Phil's new style on Twitch before we move on. Phil's reaction to the Atlas terms of streaming, Persona 5. Boy, Phil was upset about that, huh? He was none too happy. The fact that he is not allowed to stream. He's not allowed to stream to July 7th in-game. I believe Atlas also asked for people not to show the ending of dungeons. I don't know. Let's get a little discussion on that, I guess.
A lot of Let's Players aren't thrilled with this from Atlas. This is a particularly strange one of these. It's not, you know, don't stream our gameplay. It's kind of unique in that we understand that Let's Play exists. We're going to let you do it until this point. I don't think it's really been done that way before, and it's not being received terribly well in the Let's Play community.
Atlas would not be the first to like lock down and restrict people not to stream certain things. Recently it came out that Puyo Puyo Tetris also had the same way, where you could not stream the game's story mode. But this particular event would not be as bad if it didn't happen on the day of the game's release. There was like an image of all the people playing Persona 5 on Twitch, and it's just them sharing from their PS4. So you just see a gigantic bunch of blue screens and shapes, and no in-game footage.
All I can hear is just like somebody talking in the background if they have their mic enabled.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'm not saying Phil's completely wrong for this instance, but on the other hand, I think he went a little bit too far in some of his tirades.
Because I mean, it's one of those things where like you understand why they're doing it, because Persona is very much like a story-driven game, and they want everybody they want everybody to have the same experience with the story and, you know, experience for the first time, but just the way they're going about it is just not the right way. Because I mean, you're gonna get spoilers no matter in what medium, like movies, TVs, and everything. You're gonna get spoilers, and it doesn't matter if you try to like limit what you see and everything like that, because you're gonna get spoiled. But just the way they're going about it is kind of like, it's a little bit much.
Yeah.
And the game was out in Japan for like 6 months. It was 5 months, but Atlas had to delay it to fix a couple of localization issues. So it wasn't that hard to find information way farther to the end of the game, even before the West got their hands on it. And Atlas is a small company. They don't necessarily have the manpower to distribute the game worldwide. It is just not possible. They consider Japan to be priority one when it comes to their video games.
And most people would just grab the Japanese version of the game and just play that.
Yeah,
So
I have several friends that like could not contain the hype and just imported the Japanese version.
Yeah, I know a streamer who was doing that on Twitch, just playing the Japanese version on his stream. I didn't go in there because, like I said, I don't want to get spoiled.
But, like, just the whole thing with I think, my personal opinion, I think the whole outrage over spoilers as it is in general, like, I understand, you got to experience something fresh, but I think people get too outraged. People get too up in a hiffy if, like, oh, I learned about this plot point.
Right? Like you ran over someone's dog.
It's like you shot them in the leg, like, oh fuck, I learned about the. It's just people get too annoyed at it. I think it's not spoilers in general is not that big of a deal.
Well, this particular edict went 50-50. There were two sides to this twofold. Atlas wanted to ensure that not only did people who are playing the game at a rapid rate did not ruin it for people who may not have the free time to marathon it to holy heaven, but the second one, Atlas wants to make sure people buy the game and don't just look at a person's playthrough and say, okay, I don't need to play the game now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta be able to press X on those text boxes yourself. You know what I mean? It's you can't. Reading the text boxes isn't good unless you're the person pressing X to advance them forward. You know what I mean? And that's
immersion.
That's what I need. When it comes down to it, I need to be able to, mash through text boxes and not read them personally.
Well, you see, Fred, games cost money to both develop and distribute.
That's right.
So Atlas also needs your money.
That's right.
Boy, did they fucking get it. 1.5 million worldwide.
Sheesh.
Damn.
So think about how many text boxes.
Persona 5 is a good game. Buy it. Play it.
Okay, how much did you get paid for that?
Completely free of charge.
Wow.
Oh, you got ripped off.
Yeah, you got ripped,
What a
man.
jackass.
Well,
that's the only time in the stream I'm going to get to say that.
Well, we should have prevented it. We were going to edit that out. We're going to edit. We're
Kick him
totally
out.
editing. Ah, look at the fat cat's fancy now.
God damn it, Fizz.
God damn it.
Damn it, Fizz.
It's fancy.
Now it has a fancy hat.
Ha
But he's got a new hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's the thing, like they probably want they probably want
God damn it.
sales, they probably don't want people to just watch play. But that's the reality of it, man, is that there are a lot of people, I was one of these people, that would watch playthroughs instead of buying the games if I just didn't really feel strongly about the game. And I think that there are a lot of people that do that. I think there's a lot of people that just watch through a game and they just, I don't feel like buying it, then I'll just watch it instead. So
Exactly.
yeah.
And Atlas sees that as people who go to watch full movie 2016 free on this website. That's how Atlas sees the Let's Play community. Or that's how they see the YouTube full playthroughs.
People living vicariously through them.
Yes.
Like, I'll just, you know what I mean? I'll just let you play it. I'll just
I don't need to play the game. I'll have someone play the game for me. And I'll just watch them.
All right. Well, his reaction is always pretty comical, though, because he's like, oh, fuck them. They're stupid. They're retarded. No.
They are xenophobic, I believe was his word.
Yeah, into Mr. Tough Guy, and he
in which no shit, Phil, I don't know if you know this, but Atlas is based in Japan. They have a Japanese audience that they prioritize.
Mm-hmm.
America was barely getting Shin Megami Tensei before, like, Nocturne dropped, and Digital Devil Saga dropped, and then Persona 3 dropped, and then bam! Everyone knew who the fuck Atlas was by then.
I think it's unfair to call them xenophobic, though. They are Japan-centric, but that's sort of their prerogative. I mean, they're a Japan-based company. Their products are Japan-based products. They're allowed to, have their market and market towards that. That doesn't mean they actively hate the rest of the world. It's just
the defense here is that Atlas is not so much protecting people who want to play the game at their own pace, rather they are protecting their intellectual property.
All right.
I love his just reading God, I love Dragon Killer because he just condenses things perfectly. His pinned tweet at the moment is, if Atlas gives me copyright strikes, I'm going to go fucking ape shit. They don't want me losing my shit.
Yep.
Why? What are you going to do?
He's going to go to their office and record them on camera.
That's going to terrify them, I'm sure.
Phil is going to waddle his way down to California and tell Atlas USA what for.
He's gonna shamble on down there.
He's gonna square up with them.
Yeah, he's gonna pound the fuck
Give
out
him
of
the
them.
hands.
Will that be during the honeymoon or after?
Oh, that is the honeymoon.
She's a lucky lady.
Honey, we're going to Japan.
Oh man.
Atlas executives, all they have to do is visit Phil's palace, steal his treasure.
Yep.
Alright.
For a guy who fucking...
Go ahead, let's finish this up, because we're doing a little too much on this one. Go ahead, Mr. Fizz, give us that, and we'll wrap this one up.
No, that was Cyber.
Cyber?
Yeah.
Cyber wanted
What would you like to say, Cyber?
But why the 3-month wait, though? That the difference. Why the 3-month wait?
The 3-month wait, you mean in-game?
For the Persona thing.
Well, it's in game. It's in game July 7th. I don't know when they're gonna let us. I don't know when they're gonna let people stream it. But I'm
it's interesting. Recently, SNK updated their King of Fighters 14, and this was 8 months after the fact. They also had a sharing restriction on their story mode. They lifted that restriction with the 2.0 update. So this could be weeks, it could be months, it could be never.
Interesting. Guess we're gonna have to keep an eye on it then. Excuse me. All right, let's move on. Xbox Scorpio specs, in your opinion, how it's going to go down? Submitted by AOC. So Scorpio, I believe it's incorrectly being compared to the GTX 1070 graphics card for PC. In terms of power, I've seen it compared more towards an AMD RX 480. But in terms of power, we're looking at upper mid-range GPU. We're looking at something targeting 4K. And the problem, though, I think this is what everybody's going to be agreeing on, is that power is one part of the equation. The other part is the software, the games. What games can we look forward to?
It's like 90% of the thing.
So
sadly, they lost two of their heavy hitters.
Let's throw it out to the panel. Will you be purchasing a Scorpio? Are you interested in it? Is this something... where are you on the potential purchase of a Xbox Scorpio?
I have absolutely nothing against Microsoft. You do you, but I do not believe they have enough exclusives to justify them, especially since I have a PlayStation 4 in my house. And one of their big exclusives that I was interested in, Scalebound, sadly did not manage to finish its development, and that's canceled. And I know that was a heavy hit for a lot of potential future Xbox owners.
If I can put my little...
Sorry, what were you going to say? I was going to say, the rumored launch price for the Scorpio is going to be $700 US.
I just paid for that with a graphics card, like the best one you can get
Yeah.
right now. There's no way.
crazy
No,
over it.
there's no way. 500 would be a tough sell. I don't
Yeah.
think though. Where was this from? Was this just your friend on Twitter said this or what?
No, I don't know. That's the rumor flying around somewhere.
There's a rumor
See if I can
flying
look it
around
up.
that this thing is going to be $700 US.
Yep.
A console with no games being $700.
Nah.
Yeah, that's gonna sell real well.
Because the last console that tried that was the Panasonic 3DO, and that flopped tremendously.
This thing is going to be $400 at most $500.
Yeah.
It's
Thing
going
is-
to be expensive, though, compared to other consoles.
Yeah.
The problem is, with something like the Scorpio, what you're going to need to try to do is attract not just people who are already Xbox people. You want to bring across, Sony ponies. You really need to have something special in your corner to encourage people who have been... Like me, I don't say that because I think there's anything wrong with Microsoft or the Xbox. It's just happenstance that I've always had PlayStations. But to get people across from one platform to another, and not having a huge library of games and quite an expensive console, is not really wouldn't be my recipe for success on that. But
Now,
yeah,
let's say these motherfuckers can get these playing computer games, PC games. Now you get yourself a killer app. Now, I feel like they would have said something about this by now, but let's imagine, all right? Let's imagine they could justify the price, say $500, and it plays PC games. You could put Steam on it, and it's able to curate games that are directly controller compatible, where you can have a good time, and it gives you the ability to play PC games on it for Steam or Microsoft Store, whatever the fuck. Huh? Not bad then, right? Is that reasonable? Is that a reasonable purchase? You can even put your keyboard and mouse in the motherfucker?
There's still very little parallel between titles you can purchase on Steam and titles available on the Xbox brand. Their heavy hitters are still on PC because of the UWP service.
But,
I think
I'm just trying to come up with some way to justify it, because if they don't have... They have to realize they don't have games, right? This is not... They can't just power their way through it. They have to have... There has to be something here. There has to be something on the software side that they're going to use to sell this thing, right? They're not delusional, right? The average customer sees that. The average customer says, all right, well, the thing's going to be super powerful, but it doesn't have any specific games. It'll have third-party titles, but if you already have a PlayStation, why would you go that route?
The thing that's up in the air is, will third parties, use this extra horsepower, or will they ignore it because they have to develop for the PS4 and PC too?
Well, what they're showing is that apparently the engine, the platform is very easy to port to your game. Like, they're showing games ported from Xbox One up to that, and then it just sort of like upscales it and uses, all they have to do really is just add extra like ultra textures, like 4K textures, and it will sort of easily port over from like a 1080p to a 4K title. So there is already some evidence to show that it's not difficult to take an already existing game and to upscale it to 4K and stuff.
to up-res it.
Yeah.
And I think it boils down to their games. I mean, if we're talking $600, $700, that's a giant investment just to the average consumer. So there's going to be no point. If they already have a PS4 or an Xbox One or something like that, they're not going to buy a whole new console when they can just pay $60 and just buy the game for their existing consoles. So it all depends on the games that you have, and it comes to the exclusives. That's what's going to sell it, and what does Xbox have?
Right.
And also with that too, I bet you $100 all the games you can buy on the Scorpio you can also buy on the PC.
Something I wanted to say before I forget. The specs were released. Do we want to throw that up on the screen?
Yeah, sure, we could do that.
I'll see if I can find them.
Here. I can get it.
Okay.
One of the reasons I'm going to end up getting a Scorpio is if my Xbox One I currently has dies. That would probably be the only reason I'd end up getting one.
That would be a justification.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'd get one.
I wouldn't say no if someone went, hey, would you like this product and not pay anything for it? Be like, bring it on. But I've got a working PS4, and that's when you're bringing out a console that's meant to be a bit unique, you need to try and court those people. Give them a reason why they need this in their life more than whatever they already have. Games would help, I think.
Alright, so I'm trying to now put up this little... I've got this little table here. It's an evil table.
Hey.
There we go. So we've got a table here on screen. I can also give you guys the link as well. And this is a table comparing PS4 Pro, Xbox Scorpio, and the Switch. So CPU-wise, we're looking at octa-cores for all of them, but the Scorpio is clocked just a tad higher than the Pro. We've got 40 compute units at 1100, almost 1200 megahertz, which is a little faster than the PS Pro. We've got 12 gigabytes of GDDR5, which is nice. That's going to give you a bit of more frame buffer for 4K. 8 gigabytes is a little low for 4K. You could run into problems with that. So 12 is nice. You got the memory bandwidth. Again, I don't think people really care too much about this. 4K Blu-ray, optical drive, and again, they're rumoring it from 5 to 600. I think that's a mistake. I think 600 is a big chance to take, to go that high. 500, yeah. I think, is the high end. I think they should shoot for 4 to 5, not 5 to 6. I think that's a big mistake. So...
maybe the 500 is going to be like normal price. Maybe the 600 with the Kinect if they decide to bundle that in.
No, 600 will most likely be for larger hard drive space if they really want to go that far.
Yeah, they might release more than one model.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of SKUs out there.
Well, yeah, there'll be, and depending on when the launch window is, I think they're saying holiday, so I think there might be some sort of Black Friday incentive, because obviously for PS4 Pro and for Switch, there's going to be some holiday bundles that are going to be appealing, right? So they're going to be competing with that.
A Kinect bundle is not appealing.
No, but
I give the Kinect back?
A gaming bundle, an extra controller, some games.
I wasn't being entirely serious. I'm just riffing on how shit the Kinect.
Now, it's funny because they actually took out the dedicated Kinect port, and you actually have to use like an adapter now for the Xbox Scorpio to be able to use Kinect. So it was a good idea on paper to require the Kinect, because that way you know that you're not developing for nothing. To have a Kinect as part of the package deal, you can develop for it with the anticipation that people are going to use it. If it's optional, a lot of people aren't going to shell out for it, and so you're making a niche feature, maybe potentially a niche feature that not everybody's going to take advantage of, so it's a little bit of a waste of your time. So it was a good idea in theory. If it was just free, it would have been nice. It sort of drove the price up a little bit to have that in there included.
Yeah.
And so
I just wanted to get a little jab in at the Kinect.
No, I know,
Yeah,
but I just wanted to say, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing. It's nice to have a feature to drive you forward, but
Yeah.
It's just the way. Part of the thing with the Kinect that was really bad was the stories that came out ahead of it. I remember one saying that Microsoft was going to do something to where if you rented a movie, it was going to use the Kinect to determine how many people were in the room, and if it went past like 6 or 7, that it was going to charge you an extra license. Just creepy shit like that. Like they were going to use
all that creepy shit. Like you couldn't turn it off. It's watching you.
Right.
Yeah, you have to connect it.
Yeah.
So that made people be like, okay, fuck this thing. Like I don't want this thing. Yeah. So there was a lot of bad press. They needed like warehouse-sized room to actually use the Kinect.
I feel like that, announcement of the Xbox One, with all the DRM and that spy cam NSA hooked up Kinect.
Yeah.
I feel like that really did tarnish the Xbox One in the long run because the PS4, continues to outsell it constantly.
Oh, come on, Fizz. Or, come on, Table. If you don't have internet connection all the time, just get an Xbox 360.
Oh, fuck Don Matrick. Whatever the fuck his name was.
Just get a 360. Come on. That's where we're pushing.
Get a 360, stay the course.
Let's get an original Xbox.
That guy ruined EA, Microsoft, and then he went to Zynga, which I hope he dies with it. Fuck that guy, seriously.
Yeah, I think in the last 2 or 3 years I've had my Xbox One, I've used my Kinect maybe 5 times total.
You got
most of the time I just
Is it connected?
Yeah, most of the time I just leave it unplugged. No.
No, it's not connected. You connect the Kinect. Come on.
What for?
Wow.
Let the NSA spy on you.
Nah.
Let's see, what else do we got here? Fred Sexy GTX 1080 Ti. Tell me why I should want one. I will take just a minute just to say this.
Oh, God.
I'm pretty happy about getting this new graphics card. See, here's the thing, man. If you have a 1440p monitor, you can get 100 frames per second on this son of a bitch. One of the fastest cards you can get right now in the world because they just put out that new Titan, which is ridiculous. It's $1,200. But if you have $750 to just waste, get one of those. Get a GTX 1080 Ti. It's fantastic. It'll play 4K games at 60 frames per second all the way turned up. It'll play 1440p games at 100 frames per second or higher all the way turned up. So yeah, that's why you should want one. If you have something higher than a 1080p monitor and you want them frames, then that's what you could do. So yeah, best week ever. That was part of the best week ever, which is nice. Let's see. Dappa-dappa-doo. Are you guys hyped for Tekken 7 since it's going to be released in 2 months? Submitted by Delta Force 355.
Hell yes, I am.
Yep. I unfortunately won't be getting it at launch though because I'm getting Injustice first.
I can't afford either of those at launch, but eventually. Eventually.
As a fighting game aficionado, I for one am flabbergasted and completely shocked that Akuma, formerly of the Street Fighter universe, is now canon to the Tekken universe as well, and will be a major part of Tekken 7's story.
Yep,
that
Street
is
Fighter and
shocking.
Tekken now take place in the same universe.
I love Tekken because it's so outrageous at times.
Well,
and you just go, that's Tekken.
Maybe that's the compromise, because weren't they supposed to make a Street Fighter X Tekken game in the Tekken engine? And then they never did?
Yeah, the Akuma story in Tekken 7 is going to be like the prequel to Tekken Cross Street Fighter, which
they're still doing it. Oh, they're still doing it.
Harada has stated that Tekken 7 is the priority, and then after that's out the door, they will consider work on Tekken Cross Street Fighter.
That's going to be interesting. That's going to be an interesting game.
Because, and this is 5 years ago, I can't believe it. 5 years ago, when Street Fighter Cross Tekken launched and it underperformed, that might have, put the brakes on the project.
Sure, of course it did.
On this DLC.
They're trying to put some time in between those wounds, I think, and then introduce something nice off the back of Tekken 7, maybe. So
yeah, it would make sense because Tekken always seems to quietly outsell Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat somehow.
But
worldwide, at least.
Tekken 7 is going to be lit. I saw some footage. One of my favorite characters is it has an eye patch now. Hwarang has a fucking eye patch. I don't understand this unless this was some special fucking outfit or something like that.
Interested here, yeah.
I'm at least interested in the new characters they offered, especially what's his name, Shaheen.
Ah, yeah.
Shaheen looks really cool.
Did they cancel that pop star girl or no?
No, she is still
No.
going to be in the game.
Why was
Harada
there-
is just
Why was there
joking
some
around.
rumor? Oh, okay. I was gonna say there was like some big rumor that she was out.
Yep. Harada is a noted prankster, much like his good buddy BFF Yoshinoro Ono, currently producer of Street Fighter.
Oh no.
Oh, I will.
So they are both tricksters.
Let's see. Anything
Who
else
is
on that?
confirmed
before we
coming
move on?
back?
Oh, yeah, perfect. Let's see. Let's look at the roster.
May I say
Yeah.
though, real quick,
Sure.
the roster shrink for that is quite unfortunate when you consider the previous Tag 2 had 59 characters at the end
But-
of the day.
Then again,
And it
Tekken
was-
Tag Tournament 2, a lot of characters were clones of each other.
Yeah.
There were definitely some
Well,
unique
like-
differences.
Like the up version of, like Jin and Devil Jin.
Yeah, and they had, what was it,
Yeah.
Combat
Oh.
and Mogashi.
I am personally
Yeah.
gonna I'm personally
Jin
gonna
and-
take the guillotine
Tetsu
for this
Tetsu
statement. I'm gonna take the guillotine for the statement, but I am so happy to have Robot Girl Elisa still fresh in the minds of Tekken, still in Tekken 7, still quite popular. Very excited. Her new tricks look fantastic.
I don't think it's
Kunimitsu
much of a
coming
roster.
back?
I don't think it's much of a roster shrink. It looks still pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's
not bad.
Please tell me that they're bringing Miguel Kunimitsu back. I
Nope, no Kunimitsu for you.
sadly
Oh,
Kunimitsu's not there.
don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
I'm kind of pissed off because they removed my boy Lei, the guy who keep tripping people.
Like saying what? No.
Yep, Lei
Jackie
Wulong is
Chan.
gone.
Is
That
King
was
still in it?
King is still there. Yeah.
Yeah, King
Yeah.
Oh
is-
God, they can't get rid of King. Kuma?
Kuma was recently announced, and Panda for that matter.
Panda.
Looking at the roster right here. Yeah, Panda's also in it.
It's Jack.
Jack 7.
Jack 7.
Oh, God, Jack. The guy who could one-shot people in like
what's wrong with
6
that?
Oh,
games.
that's right.
Personal story. Tekken Revolution also closed their servers over the spring. They practically threw blood signs for their secret character, Eliza. And I got a chance to play as her, and I'm also excited for her to be in Tekken 7. She was the vampire chick.
Yeah.
I know the 5 people that played Tekken Revolution who know who that character is.
Not me.
Damn.
I don't know who that is. I did play Tekken Revolution.
You'll learn.
You'll learn.
One last question. Yoshimitsu. He has.
Oh,
it.
yeah,
Yoshimitsu is also there.
he's in there.
Oh, Yoshimitsu Eternal. Okay, good.
Well, I'm glad my boy Devil Jin is back because I friggin' love Devil Jin. He's
But
so cheap.
Tekken 7 looks beautiful, and PC is targeting 4K, so all the better. I'm not certain about crossplay, but if they manage to pull that off, oh boy.
I'm really curious as to how PS4 is going to incorporate VR because that was confirmed for it.
Wow, and how anyone's brain is gonna. That's gotta be some nausea-inducing. That's rough.
Oh,
It's
God.
gotta be a rough ride. It comes with like a puke bag you just strap straight to your face, just in case.
Let's see.
Like the camera's going to be rotating up like against the fighters and stuff.
What is it? Is Lisa on it? Lee.
Yeah.
Give me a
please,
sec. Yeah,
yeah.
please.
Yeah, Li Chaolan is there.
I'm going to use.
So yeah, maybe we'll do some SOK plays Tekken 7. That'll be good.
Fuck
No
yeah.
Kunimitsu, that's rough.
Yeah, when Brad wins
The King-
everything.
The King, we got Yoshimitsu, we got Huarang, we got a game. Okay.
Might as well read this out right now before we move on. They got Elisa Boskanovich, Asuka Kazama, Bob, Brian Fury, Devil Jin, Eddie Gordo, Eliza, Feng Wei, Hayachi Mishima, Horong, or however the fuck you say his name.
Hwarang!
Jin Kazama, Kazuya Mishima, and Devil Kazuya. King, Kuma, Lars, Lee, and Violet, I guess, is an alternate costume. Leo, Lily, Lang Xiaoyu, Martial Law, Miguel, Nina,
Yeah,
Panda,
Martial.
Paul Phoenix, Sergey, Steve Fox, and Yoshimitsu.
No, Armor King.
Yeah,
No.
Armor King's done.
Ooh.
Unless he's like a costume or something.
You can
No,
probably
he's
just
another dude.
basic, that's
Armor
fine.
King is a separate dude.
Yeah, he's got his own
Yeah.
moveset.
Yeah, he could be
The
like a
King
palette swap
himself
later.
is boss. Is just the boss.
All right, let's.
No Kunimitsu.
let's wrap up the Tekken 7. Anything else on Tekken 7 before we move on?
I'm going to be a scrub at it.
We already know that. But that's like most games for you, though, Cyber.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm a scrub at it. Doesn't mean we can't love it, Cyber.
Yeah, true.
Are you guys going to play Yooka-Laylee since the JonTron controversy happened, submitted by Phil Gouts?
I didn't
I'm
care
going to
enough
play
about.
it, but it has nothing to do with the JonTron shit.
Yeah, I wasn't going to play it
Yeah.
either. I wasn't going to play it either way, so... I
I'm
mean,
interested, so...
I
That-
didn't care
that-
enough about Banjo-Kazooie to play it.
are there people
Yeah,
that
I'm
are
not-
like, oh, I'm boycotting it because there's no JonTron? Is that a thing? Are people that mad?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous if that's a thing, because he probably was just going to be some, like, one-off NPC
Background.
character
Yeah.
Yeah.
that they're like, oh, you're in, you recognize this familiar voice.
Yeah.
So if you're going to buy the entire game just for one fucking character, you're stupid, you know?
Oh.
I like
and then-
JonTron.
I mean,
as
I
an
like
entertainer.
JonTron. I don't care about his personal views. You know, he makes
Same.
good content, which I
Exactly.
enjoy. But realistically, like, you're gonna buy it for one person, and then that one person is taking out when, admittedly, he shouldn't have been, because he already recorded the material, and you shouldn't really like take out somebody just their personal views don't match up with you, but whatever. But then you're gonna be like, oh, you know, this one character was taken out of this game I wanted to play, but now I'm not going to play it anymore. That's just stupid.
I think it would be different if he was one of, say, the main characters. And people would be like, well, I signed up for hearing his voice. Like, he was just going to be like, like you said, like probably, I don't know, 20 seconds of an NPC.
Yeah, because
So,
you
that's it.
gotta judge it based on the role. Like, they took him out, no questions. They didn't even like, oh, we're going to delay the game because we took JonTron out of the game. It was just like, oh, that character doesn't exist anymore. So it wasn't going to be a big character.
And the voice acting for a Banjo-Kazooie successor will not be voice acting. It will be random noises. I am certain.
Yeah, it's like, man,
Yeah.
that's a Banjo-Kazooie game.
Oh.
But yeah, I just
Jeez, it
It's
sounded like you were
stupid.
fucking. That was ridiculous. Brad, do
that again. I want that as my
ring. Yeah, do that
I want
again.
that as my
Brad.
ringtone.
Oh my
that's
God.
ridiculous. All right,
Yikes.
somebody
all right.
isolate that.
So could you take the dick out of your mouth and actually talk to us?
I will certainly do that because I liked
Please.
Rare on the Nintendo 64. They produced solid gold on that console, and I am interested in Yooka-Laylee. I have no stock in it, and I am booked for this April, but down the line, small price drop, I will certainly take the time to play that game. I feel like I owe it to my younger self.
All right. Anything else on Yooka-Laylee before we move on?
No.
All right. I don't know if we're up on this one or not. I know briefly of it. That's some nice clicking, by the way. And chair creaking. Thoughts on the G2A Bulletstorm controversy submitted by the Supreme?
Well, I know.
Well, it's.
Go ahead.
All I was gonna say is it's two shitty companies continuing to do shitty things. So I mean, for one, you've got Gearbox who released a bunch of shitty games, and you know they're garbage. I mean, Battleborn was shit. I'm pretty sure Bulletstorm was shit, but you know, I didn't play it because obvious reasons. And then you have G2A, who is also known for being shit. And when you have a tag team of shitlords just coming together to give you something that you don't want, that, my friends, is what's called a shit sandwich. And that's something that you do not want to eat.
What I'm seeing here is, so people that are not aware, G2A is a common website for, illicit trafficking of games, ones that are done via credit card fraud and just shit like that. So people offload a bunch of ill-gotten keys on G2A, let's just say, and you can get some good deals on there if you're unsavory or just a thrifty shopper. Apparently, because of the backlash they wanted some demands that that would come up, and unfortunately, because they did not actually publicly commit to these things that they outlined, they're going to be dissolving this relationship. So, it seems as though this is going to... they're in an extraction process, they're calling it. So, based on the backlash, they're pulling out of this whole thing. But yeah, the original story is that Gearbox was going to partner together with G2A to create a limited collector's edition of Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition, and with the backlash, yeah, they wanted to try to, fix this.
Yeah. G2A is one of those, I think they call them gray key sites, where you can, buy game codes through like Steam, Origin, all that stuff. The thing is about those sites is some of them you can't really trust because they sometimes give false codes, stolen codes, as Fred was saying, from like stolen credit cards. Apparently that's something they're notorious for. Mm-hmm. And apparently G2A is known for keeping the money, from stolen credit card fraud, and not giving it to the developers.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Didn't they fuck out any company because of that?
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think the only reason why they broke partnership with GTA because Total Bessa got involved.
He did a big post on it, yeah. So he was pretty pissed about it. So
I think it was him and a few other YouTubers apparently.
Looks like this all resolved itself then, huh? I mean, yeah, it's controversy because you're getting in bed with unsavory individuals, and yeah, based on the backlash, they pulled out pretty quickly. So hopefully Phil pulled out too, because that would be terrible.
Yeah, within 24 hours before the game came out.
All right, any thoughts? Any more thoughts on that before we move on?
Not really.
All right, moving on. Are you guys going to cover E3 this year, submitted by Spartacus? Yes, we are, actually. We are going to be covering E3 now that I have my streaming capabilities back. We're going to be able to cover lots of things spur of the moment, just like, this wedding shit and all that stuff for our birthday celebration. So, yes, the answer is yes, we will be covering E3. Be on the lookout for that.
Any predictions for anyone?
That's too early for that. We'll probably do a special.
Yeah.
Way too early for that.
I got one. That is Resident Evil 2 Remaster.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would doubt that. Are there any
I
other
did say
gaming...
once RE7 is sort of done, and that was next.
The only thing I really want to see from E3 is a Gran Turismo Sport release date, but zero chance of that happening.
I think I'm most looking forward to is Nintendo and the Switch and see what they're going to do.
I want to see what Sucker Punch has been up to. Those guys have been quiet for way too long.
I heard that Spider-Man game is getting delayed.
Not sure about that one. It probably is.
I think the thing you're confronted with is the release date of it got kind of leaked by, I think, was Marvel or Disney.
I thought it was 2018 instead of 17.
Insomniac denied at 2017 for Spider-Man.
I want Cappy. That's what I want. I want Cappy.
I'm still alive. I haven't heard anything about that game.
Cuphead. I've been affectionately referring to it as Cappy, but yeah, Cuphead. I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like an incredibly difficult fucking game to produce. I mean, they had working. It's not crazy graphically intensive and shit. I mean, it's a pretty simple, straightforward fucking classic platformer type of. What would you call it? Like a.
Well, they've been adding a lot of features to that over the years, co-op and such.
Well, they had co-op up and running last year for E3 and shit. And no update on Cappy. I want Cappy.
I just want Kingdom Hearts 3. They're taking too damn long with that game.
Yeah.
They had an announcement in one of the trailers, like the last game, saying new announcements coming up this winter, and they show us one fucking picture. Fucking assholes.
I want a Kingdom Hearts 3. I want a Kingdom Hearts 3 release date.
But you see, you have to get 2.8 first.
Yeah. I already have 2.8. Go fuck yourself.
Get 2.9.
Don't jinx it. They might do that. Don't jinx it.
The only game I want to hear about is Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Shit.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Same here.
CD Projekt Red's new game,
Yup.
which is gonna be hype.
Ooh,
Didn't
hype,
they
eh?
try to put a trademark on that though? Cyberpunk.
No, not the. You can't put a trademark on that, but I'm sure they put it on the whole title. But no, they've been focusing on it. Like they've got like 500 people working on that game now, so be insane.
All right. Anything else on this before we move on to miscellaneous and then get out of here for tonight?
Regarding E3, I want to see more of the crazy out of nowhere shit, especially what Nintendo has planned for the Switch. Because if their initial reveal and their third-party revelations are apparent, the Switch is a loaded gun, and I hope they follow through with that. Nintendo could really use the console support.
Am I the only person that watches, or not just watches E3 just for this, but rather enjoys when the companies that come out and make a complete dick of themselves?
Oh, that's funny.
I am sure you are not alone.
There's a reason I chose my name to be Schadenfreude based. Because I live for that shit. So any company that comes out and does that.
Wait
I'm
for the
happy.
Ubisoft conference.
Or
I
the
was
E3.
struggling
Oh,
to
God.
remember who was the worst.
Or the EA one, I
Yeah.
mean.
Yep.
When they were
Ubisoft
when they were announcing the PS4 and Xbox One, for some reason in the back of my head I was always thinking one of these guys is going to drop the console. Like when they're holding it and showing it to everyone.
Red Dead 2.
Rockstar doesn't really attend E3, so I doubt it.
Damn it.
I'd
Ah.
be surprised if we see anything on Last of Us 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh, they're gonna show that off probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Why?
Oh, what's the name of the oh god, Hideo Kojima's new
Death
Stranding.
Stranding.
Death
Stranding.
Stranding.
That's gonna be there.
We'll get another
Yep.
crazy fucking trailer that
We'll get a
Yep.
4-minute trailer, but still no gameplay.
I know, but
It's years off.
anything.
Yeah. I'm surprised Sony's allowing him just all the money they're giving to him is just
Oh, speaking of Kojima, I wonder if Konami's going to present Metal Gear Survive, if they even remembered they made that.
Yeah.
I forgot about Metal Gear Survive. Thought that could be funny.
I have a sad feeling that game is vaporware, but I hope to be proven wrong.
Anything else?
All right, let's move on. Miscellaneous. First one, we've got Anonymous writes Pepsi.
Coke is better.
Nah, Pepsi.
Vanilla
Pepsi.
Coke. I'll tell you what, vanilla
Pepsi-
Coke is
Fine with
fantastic.
either.
Oh, they got the cherry vanilla Pepsi. That's the nectar
Why
of the
do we have
gods.
to divide ourselves as humans between these two lines?
Shut up,
Because
Pepsi
if you
lover.
like
You-
Pepsi,
Wow.
if you
You
like
fucking
Pepsi,
listen
you're
here.
fucking
Pepsi
crazy.
Man is the hero that we deserve, alright?
I'll
Jesus.
defend Pepsi Man all day.
He's a bitch.
Bazzy was very
There's a reason
passionate
Pepsi Man
about
didn't
his
make it
love
out of
for
the
Pepsi Man.
90s.
Because he's a bitch.
I'm drinking.
He was too awesome.
He's a punk bitch.
Pepsi Man
Godspeed,
is a
you
living
beautiful-
legend, and he will not be forgotten.
I believe
He
been
was
asked to-
already forgotten, just like Harambe. Already
Hey!
forgotten.
Oh,
You need
Yeah.
to face the
Don't
facts,
do this to
Fazzy.
me.
he lives in our hearts.
We will revive him. When Lord Josh revives him, you'll see, motherfucker.
And then I'll try to get him to revive Pepsi Man.
That's a callback.
Yeah, I'll be on board.
Let's see. Fred's recent enjoyment of cheeky nuggies. Well, I mean, that's always. I mean, shit. Fucking Cyber showed me some shit they got in the UK.
Oh, yeah.
They got fucking
Oh,
turkey
God.
nuggies. These giant turkey dinosaur nuggies. Ridiculous.
Jesus.
They're like the size of a fucking like
A dinosaur.
like a water bottle. They're fucking gigantic. So I'm gonna have one of those shipped to me with dry ice.
Scotland loves its fried foods.
Let's see.
Yes.
Oh, here's a great one from Heavy Metal Gamer, of course.
Of course.
Have you ever shit your pants while driving home from somewhere that it leaks down your leg, causes the floor of your vehicle to become slippery, and you slip and hit the accelerator and crash into a tree?
Was that from Heavy Metal Gamer?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's never happened to me, so thank God.
I think it happened to him if he wrote it.
Yeah, it seems like he's speaking from
A
experience.
little specific.
I don't
Heavy Metal
drive.
Gamer, is your insurance going to cover that?
Looks like we have a proposal here. Will Heavy Metal Gamer Girl marry me? Submitted by Kai. Well, we'll see. You're going to have to come up with that ring. Hopefully it's a real diamond, though. Let's see. Da-ba-da-ba-da. Is Fred happy that Amuro-chan is getting a second season? Ain't he just happy his waifu is coming back again? Submitted by Dubtalia. I mean, we'll probably do it Endura that shit because it's so fucking bad. I hate the fucking Japanese garbage that comes out of that fucking hellhole. It's ridiculous. He's got the fucking little hamster girl.
Is that worse than Love Live?
It's all of it's bad. All of it. Anything that comes out is bad. What the fuck is this? Okay. Well, we got a question for Fazzy here.
Oh, God.
What?
You ready, Fazzy?
That fucking paragraph.
When I was growing up as a wee lad, my mother was so keen telling me the facts of life, or also known as the birds and the bees. She wanted to inform me what will happen to me when I get into a relationship with another woman, and I couldn't thank her enough, even though she did go too over the top with this mother-son topic. What I like to ask is, what are Fazzy's take and experience on the facts of life, aka the birds and the bees, since Fazzy is a fine gent who can eat those mashed potatoes like no tomorrow, and has fine taste in video games like a game master. Lord of Fazzy, help another brother to another brother on the facts of life. God bless. Submitted by The Secret Life of DSP.
Okay, first of all, I think you've got the wrong guy. Second of all...
It says right there, you eat the mashed potatoes like no tomorrow. It's clearly you.
He didn't finish the mashed potatoes like no tomorrow.
Got that right. I pulled the cyber on that shit.
Wait, what?
Oh my god.
Just don't stick your dick in AIDS and you'll be fine.
Oh, shit.
And AIDS.
Yes, just in AIDS.
Oh, my God.
I don't...
Doesn't matter about anything else, just don't do AIDS.
None of the
So
AIDS.
is it...
Just don't do AIDS.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don't do AIDS.
That's a quote.
Like a physical embodiment just walking
Who
around.
has
AIDS.
linked to the SoK tech site? They're not doing their job right now.
It's a bowl of AIDS.
I think that was Fazzy's job.
It is Fazzy.
God damn it, Fazzy.
Damn.
Let's see. Alright, so there's Fazzy's advice.
There's Fazzy's.
Oh, oh, look. It's the faggots of Kojima that should talk about something else other than me, DSP, who sucks at games, and the biggest man-child on Earth. Submitted by Darkside Phil. Wow, that's definitely legitimate. How dare you call us a negative, though? That's terrible.
Shouldn't you be focusing on your engagement dinner?
Shouldn't you be
We're gonna
focusing
crash your wedding.
Let's go.
I'm on my way.
Alright guys, get drunk
Long
and puke
swim, I gotta
everywhere.
get
That's the
started.
plan.
Fizz will supply the alcohol.
No, he's not fucking taking any of my alcohol. That's not happening.
We have a thing here. It says, Love Live is better than Attack on Titan. Oh, man. By Super Noob 1984. Well, there you go. It's better. So, there you go.
Oh, damn.
Oh, well, it's official now.
Whoa, here we go. Prideful Zombie. Uh-oh.
What?
Oh.
Question for Mrs. Prideful Zombie. How are you enjoying your relationship with Fazzy? Submitted by Gout Master.
Well, I wasn't going to tell anybody. I was going to wait till the end of the show, but, Fazzy and we're going to have a baby.
What?
Wait,
You knocked up Fezzy?
It's the other way
Wait,
around.
what?
Fred.
This is
Abby does the
news to
knocking.
me. When the hell did this happen?
I didn't know ass fiddling could lead to pregnancy. This is ridiculous, Fezzy. Congratulations.
Damn, man.
well, it's a red dwarf.
It is.
Too much time spent in the doggy door.
When's the shower?
Well, I mean, this is nice for you. Do you have any potential names for this thing?
No, we're gonna do a Twitter poll, and we're gonna expect all y'all to donate to our Patreon.
I'm gonna be a grandfather
Yeah,
of Kojima.
yeah.
This is grand. Well,
Yeah, the news is out.
Well, that's I didn't expect this. This is so sudden. Wait, fuck. What am I supposed to say? I'm not gonna give you guys anything. You guys can't have any gifts or anything. But good. Yeah. Just don't kill it, all right?
It's a shitty grandfather.
Just don't kill the fucking motherfucker. That's all.
I stepped out of the room. What the hell did I do?
Razzie and Prideful are gonna have a baby, but I think they're probably gonna end up killing it somehow. So.
Fazzy's pregnant?
Yeah. See, that's what I
God
said.
dang it.
He is pregnant.
I told you guys to wrap it up.
Oh,
I thought you were talking about the show. I didn't think you were talking about the fucking the sexual stuff.
oh.
All right. Well, I think that's about gonna do it for this show. We got the revelation and such. But boy, oh boy, this was fun. It was nice to come back and sort of have a nice little, old school classic format. I guess we'll just kind of end by maybe just talking a little bit about how this has been, a 3-year ride so far, and there's obviously been ups and downs. Wow, that's kind of nice. Thank you, Secret Life of DSP. That looks awesome. But there's been ups and downs, of course, and we've made some mistakes along the way. But it means the world to us that you guys are still here for us. You guys support us, man, there are people that have been around since the beginning. People that have been around since day one, and that is, what can you say to that? How could you thank somebody for giving you 3 years of their time? I mean, I always talk about how it's a very big deal for somebody just to give us the time to spend their Sunday night, their Thursday night, their 24 hours, whatever it is, with us. And so every time we reach one of these milestones, we don't do it just because it's fun, but we do it because I guess we just can't believe it. It sort of puts things in perspective. 3 years, this whole thing has been going on with this crazy Sons of Kojima ride, and it's been made possible by the people that hang out with us, by the people that come out and support us and wish us well and submit topics and all this other stuff. This whole thing is it has little to do with us. It really has to do with you guys. And so I guess it's just it's an opportunity to thank you guys and to to recognize that this is 3 years of support. This is 3 years of community. This is 3 years of friendship. 3 years of having the confidence to try new things and to speak your mind, and because of the community around us. So it's crazy. This whole thing was a wild ride from the beginning. I got involved fairly early on, but I was talking with somebody recently about how this show goes from having hosts to having viewers. Rad, Fazzy, Fizz, Cyber, Shad, Prideful, and Table. We're all watching the show at one point. I just named everybody other than me that's in the call right now. And now they're here hosting the show. That is not normal. I don't think I've watched a podcast where the hosts are made up of the audience. And I was somebody that was an audience member, I guess you could say, of the Site on Plays, of the stuff that was going on. And so this very much is a community project. This isn't just the Sons of Kojima. We go live and we do something. This is very much a community thing. And so we've been very lucky by your guys' effort, your guys' commitment, your guys' attention, your guys' just graciousness towards us. And it's great. It's kept us going all this time. When we ended the show at the 100th, we were getting a little burnt out doing this week to week, and I said a little bit about it with the Google Docs and stuff. It'd just being a headache to go through those. But honestly, we were getting a little burnt out because we just felt like having to do it every week was getting to be a little bit of a chore. And even though we were motivated to do it because of you guys, it just we started to feel like the magic was leaving a little bit, I think you guys could agree that just going weekly every time, it just started to get a little less exciting. It was just, we were just going through the motions, I think, at a certain point. And so when we ended at the 100th, and we said that we would be just sort of covering it as we felt like it, as something interested us, we didn't know for sure if that was going to sort of make people go away. And that usually does happen, right? You see a show that you like, that you watch every week, and then it goes away. You might lose interest. You might get caught up in something else and just forget to go back to it. And it's honestly been the opposite. Now when we go live, more people are there than ever. We had a record-breaking stream with 1,300 people today. There was almost 800 people here. And on YouTube, people are coming out, and I guess that's just, people are interested at the end of the day at this wacky content that we are so lucky to produce for you guys. So I guess this is all to say thank you, that you guys have stuck with us for so long, and for new people to come along and to stick around is very humbling. And I never thought that I would be involved in anything like this, where my voice could go out to so many people, and that they would want to consume that. It blows me away. But I think all of us are in that boat where we would never imagine that there would be people that would want to listen to hours of our voices and just
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's I always get long-winded for these, but I can't express to you. I don't know. I can't find the words for it. I can't express to you how much I appreciate it, how much we all appreciate it, and how much this type of thing isn't supposed to happen for people like us. We're just regular people, and we are just, I don't know, struck gold. We have such a golden ticket here to go live and to have you guys here listening to us and interacting with us in the chat and all this other stuff. This isn't supposed to happen. This is something almost once in a lifetime, I guess. So thank you. It really means a lot, and I don't know if I'll ever find the right way to express it. I don't think I'll ever be able to reach out to enough people individually to tell them thank you, but I just hope that maybe at least some of it comes across. So any favorite memories from you guys thinking about it? I mean, like I said, a lot of you guys, everybody else here other than me in this call right now specifically went from being an audience member to to a host of the show. I don't know, maybe some memories along the way. What do you think?
Anything that's made you laugh your ass off. the mashed potatoes, loophole, and the Systroming.
There's a lot of good memories. I mean, it's just basically been a group of friends just talking to each other, and it's turned into something big, but we're still that same group of friends that we were from the start. So,
and that's the important thing. That's the big thing. Fred's so much more eloquent than I could ever be. Is just how awesome just the group here is, but the entire community is made up of such wonderful people. And yeah, I never would have imagined I'd be sitting here talking to everybody in this way, and it's amazing. And thank you.
For me personally, who officially joined the group on New Year's Day, no less, I can't imagine this. I've been following DSP for a long time, way back to his Street Fighter 4 footage. I actually met him at one point, back in 2011 when he was down at Too Many Games down in Oaks. I actually had a nice conversation with him about Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which he was playing at the time. They were having a nice little tournament at that convention. He was a nice guy then. If you told me 5 years ago that I would not only be following a group that keeps track of him, gets news out on him, makes people aware of his recent happenings, but that I would be joining that group, commenting on it, it's surreal. I never thought I would reach that plateau, even as a viewer. I'm grateful for the position I'm in. It's a huge honor to talk to you guys, to offer my 2 cents, to rant, if you will, but just to throw in my nice little stream of consciousness into this particular group. It just gives me goosebumps, legitimately.
I was a fan of Phil back in 2009 for, I think, 4 years maybe, and I was pretty young back then. And I was a pretty big fanboy of him, believe it or not. I think you can still find it on YouTube. I actually made a highlight video for him at one point. And then, if anyone knows me, I caused him to have his little meltdown, which got me on the podcast.
Sent his fans after you.
Yeah, that was funny.
Go harass him.
But then, yeah, and I got into contact with these guys after an interview, and a few months later, they brought me into one of their Skype groups. Over time, we started playing Overwatch, and then now I'm here. Feels like one wild ride.
Yeah, I was also brought in courtesy of... They were looking for people to play Overwatch with them, so I just jumped in. I was incredibly nervous. I don't normally speak to this extent. I have a group that I play fighting games with, but Overwatch is an entirely different beast when it comes to instant communication being a requirement for success in that game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it took plenty of months to just get to know one another and realize that these are not just good Overwatch players. These are some really cool guys to just kind of hang around with, and we may share certain things. We may be bonded by one particular individual, but it's more than that. This really feels like, dare I say, this feels like a family.
Yeah, that's the thing too. The Phil stuff is sort of what brings people into this whole crazy thing, but it's the mutual interest that keep people around. And look, I mean, I don't think we've ever made any kind of statements to the contrary. We understand that there's a lot of people that are just here to hear the Phil riff and stuff like that, and that's fine. Hey, I mean, that's the tent that we're setting up, and if you want to stay after we're done, that's perfectly fine. that's what's but interesting because you think about the thousands of people that we've been able to connect with. You only get the opportunity to make a close group of friends every so often, and it's like it gave us the opportunity, even if 20 people watched us. That's it's people that we can meet, make friends with, and sort of keep the whole thing going. And so this really, at the end of the day, I mean, look, we have our stances on like monetization and stuff like that, but I mean, we really want this whole thing to be about having fun and meeting people. Like, if somebody were to ask me, like, well, what do you get out of doing this, right? Like, well, you don't make money, and you don't, like, what is in it for you to even do this? And it's to have a good time, but more importantly, it's to have a good time with my friends. Like, I don't make videos by myself where I'm just talking, because I'm not just trying to talk to an audience. I'm trying to have a good time with my friends and include other people in on it too. Like, that was the original idea with the podcast, was like, our Skype calls are very colorful and lively. What if we broadcasted that to people, and then they could maybe get to know us better, and then they would want to join the fold, and this would all just sort of grow from there, as in terms of us meeting people and having a community and stuff like that, and bringing everybody closer together. And so I feel like it's done that. And even though, like I said, even though we might make some mistakes along the way, even though, there might be, maybe, even though we may look back on this, 10 years later and be like, man, all this was kind of dumb, but there was some good that came out of it. We had some good times, and we met some cool people, and it sounds tacky to say this. I sort of thought if I was going to bring this up, because it's a Phil move, right? It's something that Phil does. Oh, I had people message me and say thank you for doing it, but I've legitimately been blown away by some messages I've gotten where people say, you guys helped me get through a tough time and stuff, and I never know what to say to that, because we're not doing anything special, right? I have OBS, I press start stream, and then just a bunch of people started talking, and that's, anybody can do that. It's the fact that there are people that are interested in us doing it that makes it any different. So I never know what to say. I try to say that I appreciate that, and that I'm glad that it happened. But there are people that have reached out to me to say, like, oh, thank you guys for doing what you do. You guys got me through something, or you taught me something, or you got my mind off of something that was going on, or you whatever. And what do you even say to that? What can you? But at the end of the day, it's an honor. I've talked about how it's a pleasure, it's a privilege, it's a pleasure to do this. But to know that people enjoy it is, it's something. I don't know. I always have trouble talking about this kind of stuff because, But yeah. It's really cool. It's really cool that people care. So, all right. Any other sappy stuff we want to say before we get out of here?
I'm just speechless, man. I'm just speechless.
For the last time of this night, somebody was going to speak. Sorry.
Now, here's to 3 more years.
4 more years, right? Unless we get nuked by Russia, in which case, it was fun in the time.
Wow.
You can all come stay with me in Australia. It's a big country.
Yep.
All the spiders.
But
I hate spiders. I'd rather die than nukes. Sorry.
Well, dear, you got Scotland.
But
I don't like haggis and I don't like bagpipes.
Same here, man.
Just to reiterate, for the last time before we get out of here, we We enjoy this so much because of you guys. We are able to do this because of you guys. And, your time is so precious, and so to give that to us, you don't understand how big of a gesture that is. You give us your time, you give us your attention and your thoughts, your well wishes, and all that stuff, and that's to genuinely want to engage with something and to listen to it and stuff. That's you can't pay for that, right? A lot of people, you pay them for something and then they do it because they have to or they feel like they have to. You guys are here just literally to watch this because you enjoy it and because you want to be part of this whole thing. So that is just a genuine honor, and we appreciate that. In the future, like I said, stuff is going to be coming out. This Machinima vlog is going to be something that we're going to keep an eye on. I mean, we're hoping that it's going to be fantastic, and we would love to cover that for you guys. We have a Let's Enjoy of Slow Beef's Dark Side Beef impression thing that came out back when Phil was testing the idea with people if he should become a full-time Twitch streamer. Let's Enjoy that should be coming out soon, very, very soon. And then obviously more This How You Don't Play vlog endures. Vlog This How You Don't Play those, all those kind of endures. Maybe SoK Plays, we've been experimenting with some of those. So yeah, there will be content. We just, we can't say exactly when. But you guys have been really, really cool about showing up short notice to come and support us and stuff like that. So, over all these years, you guys, it's really been a humbling feeling to be able to do this. And just knowing that there is a single person out there that would want to listen to the things that I have to say for hours at a time is humbling, and I would personally reach out and thank each and every person, because how could you not want to reach out to this person and be like, thank you for that. You want to you listen to what I had to say, you listened to the whole thing. Wow. So so it's been amazing, and we're gonna continue doing this as long as you guys support us, as long as we're interested to do it, and that's the other thing. One day this might not interest us anymore, and we're not just gonna phone it in. We're not gonna give you guys a fake thing. We're not gonna give you this watered down version of ourselves. We're gonna try to give you the best of ourselves. And stuff that we're truly interested in, and I think you guys have come to expect that out of us and come to appreciate that out of us. So one day this won't interest us anymore, and we'll probably do something else with our precious time on this earth. But for right now, this is all still fun to us. This is all still fun for you guys, and so seems like a nice little arrangement we've got with each other, huh? All right, that is gonna do it. Let's do the outros, and let's get out of here. First of all, how about Rad?
You can find me on Twitter at @TheRadRad, and you can find my YouTube gaming channel full of PS4 gameplay dumps at youtube.com/siwentweborn.
Mr. Fastfood.
You can find me on Twitter at TTSBB1. You can find my YouTube, which is Freddy Fastfuck, and you can also find my Twitch, which is also TTSBB1. I might stream on there really soon, considering I got the new mic. I can actually, commentate and stuff over what I'm doing. That sort of thing would make it easier to, stream and stuff. So be on the lookout for that. Nah.
Yeah, your layer on time is going to decrease significantly.
Oh,
or she's going to chase you out of the trailer with the frying pan.
Shit.
Or a rolling pin. Mr. Fizz.
You can find me at whatever you want to at Dr. Fizz.
Mr. Cyber.
You can find me at Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter at CyberSblood.
Mr. racist, rapist, could show. Evil table.
Shot it.
Whoa. What was that? Sorry.
I had a feeling you were into that.
What
Anyway,
happened?
you can.
What I do?
Fuck you. You can find me on Twitter at Quiet Table, and you can find me on YouTube at Evil Table if I ever decide to use my YouTube channel again.
Seems like a interesting proposition. All right, and for the thirsty folk out there, the two grills back to back. First of all, Prideful Zombie.
Oh my god. You can find me on Twitter at Prideful Zombie and YouTube under the same name, and I occasionally stream on Twitch, but I haven't done that too much, so probably YouTube's better.
And Shad.
I'm just kicking around on Twitter at Fraulein Schaden. You've got to put the parts of the name the wrong way around because some bitch got to it before I did.
I did that. I will admit to it.
It was you.
Whoa.
It was me, Austin. It was me all along.
And you can find yours truly, Mr. Frederick Fox, on Twitter at TIHYDP, the acronym for This Is How You Don't Propose Marriage at a Terrible Time and Subject Your Partner to a Life of Debt and to have and to hold you into old age where she's changing your diapers or any of that kind of stuff. Jeez, how inconsiderate. You can also find me on YouTube. I have two different channels. It's like I have two phones. One's for the plug and one's for the low. The first channel is Fred Fucks with an animated avatar. That is sort of my fuck around channel, I guess you could say, with an H. And I'll put, like, archive style videos, DSP tries it, all that kind of stuff will go on there. And my serious adult channel is Fred Fucks with the non-animated avatar. That's the one that you probably know and love as the nice little place where the This Is How You Don't Plays exists, like This Is How You Don't Play Scarface. Bigger projects will go there. I've been teasing bigger projects for a while, so I'm not going to do that, but who knows? Maybe there'll be a bigger project in the future. There's actually a couple that I got into and didn't finish, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, now, a couple things for those that like to enjoy this content from the Sons of Kojima. First of all, if you want to find the audio-only version, let's say that you came late, and how could you do such a thing? Really? Guys, these people come in late? What do you think about that? Ridiculous. Thank you, panel. You were supposed to, like, chime in.
Sorry.
Shame these people that came late.
Why would we do that to these people?
So these people that might have
nice.
come late.
Well, I misunderstood
And
that as slander cyber, so I was kind of waiting for that.
So say that you were tardy and you need to catch up on what you missed. Well, I mean, we'll let it slide this time. Or let's say that you're just completely deranged and you want to watch the whole thing again for some reason. Let's say you were here live from the very beginning like you should be. You donated your bits. You tipped, and you also donated to our Patreons, and you were here the whole time. Well, if you need to watch it all again because it's what you need in your life, and I wouldn't blame you. You can go to the SoundCloud for the audio-only version, soundcloud.com/The Sons of Kojima, and an audio-only version is also on iTunes. You could look up Sons of Kojima or SoKast on iTunes. Those two things go live at the same time. So, check that out if you want the audio-only version. There will be an audio-only version of this, and it'll be up, in a couple hours. So, yeah. If you need that tried and true method, that classic, that old school OG method, the YouTube audio visual content, well, youtube.com/Sons of Kojima, Sons of Kojima on YouTube, SoKast, all those things will help you find us. You could be in the comments section. You could do all that kind of stuff. Should be good time. So, yeah, enjoy that. That should about do it. All of our Twitters have been listed, all of our YouTube pages, our projects, and where you can find our stuff. So, again, thank you for 3 years. It is, it's amazing. It's, putting it in perspective. 3 whole years. 3 years ago, this journey started. And so we appreciate it. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. We love you. Go fuck yourselves. Good night.
Peace.
See you later.
Peace.
See you later.